Bitch, I'ma go all the way up. They keep on calling my phone. They catching on to the buzz. I got it out of the mud, but I'ma go all the way up. Bad girl from the sewer. She taking me out of this world. Bitch, I'ma go all the way up. Nice guy with a cold shoulder. Yeah, we cool, but I don't know you. Wrote a flower and I'm off the potion. Give me superpowers that I won't stop. To the bank roll on supermassive. Big bank for the space chatter. Way up in the squad NASA. Couple filled with the dark magic. Subtle flex when I run a race. Tell these rap niggas eat my dust. Lil baddie off the cellular. Talking life and how we set it up. I'm a sharpshooter, yeah, Will Smith. Call me Prince Park, let me freshen up. Bay boy on the level up. Way up near the nebulas. I'm never copping a chain. Cause I see it all through the frames. And I leave it all on the pages. Feeling like they want me locked in a cage. They want us all in the fake shit, but I'ma go all the way A with it, cause I don't feel all the way safe here. Nah, spray the champagne shower up in the air. Stunner goggles, what the fuck is a flute? Untamed and she wild off the goose. Ghost ride, bitch, I come through the roof. Fuck 12, cause they all on my tail. Hella wild and I break all the rules. Chill, bro, you way out of line. Yeah, I know it's a mood. Bitch, I'ma go all the way up. They keep on calling my phone. They catching on to the buzz. I got it out of the mud, but I'ma go all the way up. Bad girl from the sewer. She taking me out of this world, bitch, I'ma go all the way. Got the squint, they got the gator spinning, I'm a ravens with it, going crazy with it. Got the phrase jumping off the page, gift, they got the waves switching, got the neighbor tripping, got the trap booming, jumping off the speakers. Drip on me, jumping off the easel. Gold wrist, they couldn't tell me shit, bitch. No, bottle fisted. Cooking the bars, turn a lab into a living kitchen. Niggas grimace when I water with it. Subtle flexing in the candid image. Come from pushing in the S-type with no license, gas load, the windows tinted. Still couldn't see me with the zoom on your little vision. Nah, we are not the same, we got different lenses. No one's snapping like we something real vivid, keep it realistic. Quick to split it with my day one. Got the label making bank runs, cause a train of thought like a freight, huh? I'm the type to get a late start. You the type to be afraid, huh? I'm the type to never have things. You the type to have it made, huh? Yeah, wave. And I keep fueling the flame, huh? How they got me going this hard? Really, I'm the type to never say much. Vice grip, got the game clutch. Every song make the stage rush. I always said making money might change things, but never let it make us. Bitch, I'ma go all the way up. They keep on calling my phone. They catching on to the buzz. I got it out of the mud, but I'ma go all the way up. Bad girl from the sewer. She taking me out of this world, bitch, I'ma go all the way up. They keep on calling my phone. They catching on to the buzz. I got it out of the mud. Bitch, I'ma go all the way up. They keep on calling my phone. They catching on to the buzz. I got it out of the mud. Bitch, I'ma go all the way up. Young nigga with a dream, hold it down for my team. I'm afraid of how I'm feeling. I get high in the ceiling. How I'm feeling, high in the ceiling. I've been living like on past rules. In this rap pack, to living like I'm finished. Wait, louder. Bitch, I'ma go all the way up. Wait. No, I really can't complain. Wait. Everything is straight. Wave. I'm in it for keepsake. In the field with the cleat lace. Beat freak with the bare face and a slick tongue, that's what she say. She look good, she a big tease when she bite lip with the wink face. Hella bad when she throwing it back. She bring that my way for the team play. For Pete's sake, I'm above average, I padded my stats. I gotta matter what he say. I'm the 2010 young LeBron James off the backboard, type of bad boy. Hold it down for the task force. If I run his face, then you ask for it. Niggas cross need to laugh more. I keep it 100 on dashboard. The live show needed passport, cause the beat bounced to the cap torn. Feel like I live it and fast forward, but I asked for it. Misfit got a quick lit on a crash course from the tattered garment to the tabloid. Spoke how I live it into existence. Might be ahead of myself, but the bank account did jump up a couple figures. Feel like nobody could fuck with us. I'm a flight risk. I play among the stars in the Hollywood Hill, the space station couldn't even get in touch with me. Praise faith that I stuck with it. Wave. No, I really can't complain. Everything is straight. I've been on a wave. With everything I say turn into the real thing. I tell her run it up, cause you know it ain't a thing. We made it out the slums, words on a page. Everything is straight. I've been on a wave. With everything I'm saying turn into the real thing. I've been living like I'm famous. Like I don't show my face as I'm jumping on the stage. Like I'm living in a daydream. Thoughts and imagination. She only want me when she fade. She quick to tell me I'm her favorite. She ain't told no lie, she love it when I catch my cadence. She gone off the deep end, pull up every weekend. I hate to let her down, but I'm in a fast life, so they never slowing me down. Heart rate dropping like you don't sleep well. How you switch up, you always help me down. Wonder why I turn into a cold of me now. It could be worse, right? I got boy, I'm out without no work-life balance. You tell me that it's love, but I'm knowing that it's malice. Squad with me, God, cut us for the same fabric. No, I really can't complain. take turn into the real thing. Tell them run it up, you know it ain't a thing. We made it out the Psalms with the words on the page. Everything is straight. I've been on the wave, but everything I'm saying turn into the real thing.
It's go time. What's going on, family? Welcome to King Talking to Lapeef Network. Let me introduce the crew. We got Mr. Rashawn Ali, Mr. Let Go, Humble Dad, Ricky Williams, Trigger Mike, Shan, King Rio, and myself on Lapeef JR. Welcome to King Talking on the Lapeef Network. How y'all doing, family? How y'all doing?
What's up, homie?
Peace and blessings, everybody.
What's happening?
Same old same, man. We got a couple other folks. Chicago Rail and Trail should be dropping in soon. But it's good to see you. But I see you trying to get them waves.
Yeah, because they was coming for me before, right? They was coming for me. I had the ball head. They was like, welcome to the club. Then I told them the waves was going to get deeper. Mr. Let Go was talking slick, He still wish he could grow a little something on top.
Yo, shout out to the Sesame Street sweater.
Yeah, chill, man. This is my
Bill. I thought the exact same thing. Like it's for sure like a Bert Ernie type feel.
Hey, yo, this is my Bill Cosby sweater. Chill, man.
Damn.
Nevertheless.
What's up, King Rio?
What's the deal, brother?
Yeah, we in that infamous sound that King Rio Seat likes to make. Along with the hitting the, and nothing wrong with it, but it's good to see you guys again, man. Welcome to King Talk. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I see Green Gang is in the chat. I see Joe Lee, Mover J. What a roster, JI. That's the plug. Shout out to you. We see Foresight, Express Queen. Shout out to all the Green Gang that's in the chat. I know it's a lot of you guys. Salute to you. And salute to everybody that's watching. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Again, shout out to the sponsor, Tej Hanley. Feel it, Tej. Get 30% off along with a free gift. So make sure you guys click that link that's in the description, and that is how you get your 30% off. It works. It works. It's time for men to get their skin in order. And don't overtalk me, as Shan Search said. Don't overtalk me, yeah. I think I got that shirt, Shan. Yeah. Shout out to Shan and this shirts with all the speeches on there. Let's go to get this show started. Our first topic of the night. Is it's gonna be it's like a little icebreaker put in for you guys, but damn, where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Right here. There was this post I seen that said, I think couples should have separate rooms. This is where it came from. It's what Jay Versace said. I know we see this typically with older folks, and I have my theory about it. But should couples have their own separate rooms? What are you guys' thoughts about it? Just for people that's first time tuning in, we have several topics. We don't have a lot on the front end, but we're going to dive into the Takeoff incident pretty early on the stream. But I just like to give a little icebreaker, and I got one more topic, and then we'll dive right into it. What are you guys' thoughts about this?
It's not uncommon. You've seen it throughout history that couples sleep in separate rooms. To be quite honest, I believe it takes a lot to learn to sleep with somebody every night. It's not comfortable. In them struggle days of that queen bed before you get to the full, that's a struggle. Am I echoing?
Hold on. So instead of getting another bed, you'll get another room?
Oh, that was Shan. I just muted you, Shan. That's you.
When you just get a bigger bed instead of a whole nother room?
The bigger bed does solve the problems for some people, but I think whether it's like wild sleepers or, I think I was watching some of the shows from like the 60s and the 70s. Yeah, people had separate rooms. That's how they would depict those family shows. They kiss each other goodnight and go into their separate spaces. So it's not uncommon, but I personally believe Some people, yeah, they like closeness. They like pillow talking and, you know, that nighttime conversation with their spouse. But other than that, yeah, it's not uncommon if it works for them.
No, nowhere in hell. A man cave or a basement, somewhere where I can like get away and do work. But to go to bed, no. If I ain't sleeping next to my lady, we ain't together. I don't know what the hell that is. I do want a different room where, you know, during the day, you know, like, I don't know, just a room where I can do stuff at, have my stuff set up. Ain't nobody gonna touch my stuff. But when it comes to going to bed, no, I don't understand that.
Well, from what I know, typically, sometimes the older you get, the less tolerance you have. So you just don't want to deal with the shit. For instance, snoring. You know, if the man is snoring, that's one of the things that a woman can't stand. Like, I just can't sleep. But I'm curious to hear some of the other responses. Go ahead, Ricky.
I think it's weird, man. I think it's weird. Like, you my girl, bro. I'm your guy. Like, nah, bro. Nah, like they say, what's next? Separate houses, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, like you supposed to be married. Like it's the agenda for pushing people farther and farther away for the most idiotic reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all supposed to be married, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that, you know, if some stuff go down and, you know, you got to sleep on the couch or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That stuff happens. I ain't gonna say that don't happen, bro. But come on, man. Two different rooms, man. What's the point? What's the point, man? Like, you setting yourself up for a negative thing to happen. Why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? That's weird. I don't know. I guess I'm different. I guess I don't know. I think it's weird, but that's just me. And how old was old boy on the picture? 12. What are you talking about? What he know about staying in separate rooms? He looked like he was about 14 years. Look at that dude, man. Shut up, Jay Versace. Your mama still buy your Versace. Shut up, bro.
Yes.
I think, man, I'm with y'all. You know, I guess I'm gonna say, do what makes you happy. If you want your own room, and if you and your woman are okay with it, then praise be to the Most High. If you don't want separate rooms, praise be to the Most High. Me, I need to, you know, I like to cuddle, man. I ain't gonna hold you. I like to cuddle. All right. So
what?
Yeah, that's right. I like to cuddle. I like intimacy.
You talking about like big spoon, little spoon? That what you talking about?
All that. Like, that's at, you know what I'm saying? I just like intimacy. You know what I mean? You know, put your leg on my leg. You know what I mean? At period. You know, I am gonna roll over because I can't. My arm gonna fall asleep on you if you laying on my arm. So I am gonna roll over on you. But at the end of the day, like, I like intimacy. So
hey, Ali, make sure you know, when you get to separate rooms, make sure you put in a schedule what day you gonna get some buns. You know, are you Thursday? Is your show not on? You know what I'm saying? Do we got time? Fuck out here.
Hey, yo, nah, that's exactly what it sounds like to me. Nah, but honestly, also, and some people who are in polygamous relationships, that's the reason why they got multiple rooms, because one of them in one room and the other one in another room.
But it says couples.
Yeah, I mean, you right.
It said couples. Like, I was thinking about it. For me, man, I want to be able to roll over at any time.
That's right.
And get it in.
Go ahead.
If I was in a polygamous situation,
well,
I was in a polygamous situation, we would have separate rooms because sometimes somebody would want to sleep by themselves or with the other person or whatever. Yeah. So I wouldn't mind that. Yeah, because that's something I wouldn't mind living.
I was with Mr. Lego with that too. Like, I do want my own little room for my own. Like, don't touch none of my stuff, the whole 9 yards. Like, I respectfully, but when it's time to go night, yeah, man, yeah.
Hey, I think this topic right here is a big fact to say when that arm fall asleep. It kind of change up everything.
Yeah. So have y'all ever just tried to deal with it and like just stay there and your arm just die?
I have before. I was like, yeah, I should have definitely stopped before I felt my arm going to sleep.
Yo,
Hey,
There are things
Learn my
worse.
lesson.
but
There are worse things than falling asleep. If you a big dude, but you got a lady that straddles sleep, like put her whole extremities out. Now you push to the corner of the bed. Like there are a lot of things that make people be like, yo, the king, California king ain't even enough.
I'm gonna tell you, ladies, how you know your man love you, right? This how you know he love you. Step one, right? Y'all never been on a plane, right? And your girl go to sleep on you and you be in the most uncomfortable position, bro, but you will not move so she can't sleep.
I'm one
of those people.
Hey,
Like I said, I would ruin my whole arm, the cartilage in my arm to make sure she's okay. It's just kind of sad.
Yeah, just
y'all are some good dudes. Because
for her, just taking a straight beating for her. Then she talk about how did you?
Look, man, I'm a disabled vet. I got back issues. Okay, I'm moving that shoulder. Sorry.
And they got a nerve to ask you, how did you sleep? Well, I slept.
What are you talking about?
I want to get let me get Shannon.
I sacrificed what they listen. I crawl so you could walk. God damn it.
Let me get Shannon and Rio in. But you guys talked about the couples should have separate rooms.
Oh, here goes Shannon. I know.
He said, "Here goes Shannon." Y'all be knowing I'll be going against the grain. It's not that it's not that I'm intentionally going against y'all. It's just that I think
how you feel.
You know. So hold on a second. Hold on.
Yeah, everybody wait for Shannon.
What in the world is going on? Really, Shannon? This is what we doing?
Got all these phones ringing. So it's not that I think that it's not that I go against you guys. It's just that, okay, first things first. Every man should have a man cave. Every man should have a man cave. Remember, I've been married twice, and I've lived with women lots of times. Even all of my roommates was women. I know what it's like to want your own space.
Roommates?
So, no, I've had college, from college, back in college in the 90s, all the way up until I got married the first time. Then I got married the second time. I know what it's like to hold on one second. I accidentally did something. Hold on.
Shane, you got a lot going on over there. All that technology.
So all men should have a man cave. All men should have a man cave, period. Whether you convert a garage, whether you build a shed in the back, whether it's just you and your lady and you guys get a 2-bedroom apartment and you turn that second bedroom into your man cave. Every man should have a getaway area to go watch the game, to go do crafts, to go build shit, to go put furniture together, to create models, to do whatever you want to do. That's going to be good for your mental. Number 2 is, should couples have a separate room? See, the reality is, and thank God for Ricky. Ricky's like 25 years in the game, and he's like, yo, it's weird for him, right? But for a lot of guys want to be away from they don't want to be around that. They want her around, you know what I'm saying? But not always up under him. And when movie time is cool. We can watch movies together when we having sex. That's gonna be good. But like when you guys say that I want a room that I can have my stuff, oftentimes you're gonna fall asleep in there. And there's gonna be times that you don't want to get up and go to bed with your woman dressed up in her 7 layers of clothes, her bonnet, and all that shit. You just want to fall out where you were because you've been working all night. And typically high-level thinkers need their own space. So it's not so much I want to get away from my woman. I don't want to be around you. I'm not trying to, you get on my nerves. No, you love your girl, but sometimes you need your own space. And this is why guys sometimes are always in the garage, always in the backyard, always in the back shed working on something. And sometimes, what if it's inclement weather? You want to be inside. You may just want to fall asleep where you are. And here's the thing. Your wife may want you to be over there so she can do her own thing. So she can do her nails, or she can watch Lifetime TV, or she can have her own space. And it has nothing to do with a bad marriage. It has nothing to do with I hate you. I can't stand being around you. It's just, yo, you got your space. We all up under the same roof. We have one residence, but you have your space and I have mine, and we love each other. Where in you are cool where you are, and I'm cool where I am. And so living in the same house, having by the way, most people won't be able to do this because a lot of people don't have that kind of space that they can have their own room. But if you do have the kind of house that you can have your own space, I don't think that that's a bad thing for couples. And I think that allows them, especially if they get in an argument. Sometimes you need to go to your corner, I need to go to mine. Oftentimes arguments escalate into something real bad because one motherfucker won't leave. It's like, yo, just give me oftentimes men want to get away. It's like, yo, I don't want to hear that shit right now. I just let me go. And you don't want to go out into the sit in the car in the driveway. You don't want to go into the living room where you can still hear her yap. You want to go into your room. And that'd be good. So you guys could come back together or maybe hour or the next morning or whatever to have a discussion over what you was arguing about the last night. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing that couples should have separate rooms. The way it's written is almost like we live together, but we roommates. No, I got my space, you got yours. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
All right. Go ahead, Rio.
Hey, okay, good.
Yeah, I think the ideal situation, yes, you should be sharing the same room. I think it's problematic if you actually, unless you're a senior citizen and somebody got to have their oxygen on or something like that. I think it's problematic if you say, this is my bedroom and this is your bedroom. But I do agree with what Shan is saying. I think in real life, especially long-term relationships, sometimes people do kind of fall asleep where they are. You got to really be in tune, I think. It doesn't matter if you're sleeping in the same room and there's not a whole lot, going on in there in way of the romance department. You know what I mean? If there ain't nothing going on but sleep, snoring, sweats, farting in a comforter tug of war, it's not really, an ideal experience anyway. You know what I mean? People who have, romance, people who have that type of connection to where it's just like, I can turn my mind off, in your presence because you know how to relax me and vice versa. When you have a vibe, when you look forward to that part of your day, when you sleep facing each other or spoon or whatever your forte, you know what I mean? When there's a real connection going on, and that's not just one person who is out cold and the other scrolling on their phone. You're not really present. You may be there physically, but you're not really present, So I think it's more about what's going on in there than it is so much about where you're actually physically located in the house.
I don't agree with that. I gotta be next to my lady. I'm not going to sleep if in the relationships I've been in, I'm not falling asleep in no other room. I don't understand that part.
But what's going on in there, Mr.
We about to get a divorce. I don't like her. We mad at each other. We don't make some decision or whatever. I ain't falling asleep nowhere except for with my lady or my wife. I can't see that.
Just to add to it, like now I think about it, there are couples where this happens naturally. It's not even like a decision. I would have said the same thing y'all are saying years ago, but then my children were born. And I told her straight up, yo, I don't want to roll over on one of these babies. Like, yo, we got to do something. I don't want to, like, they just end up in bed at night. So, she goes to sleep over there. Sometimes I let them sleep in the bed. I got real comfortable with my own space, sprawling my legs out the way I want to. I made my office my little zone. I blow up the air mattress in here and had the best sleep of my life. So there are natural circumstances that occur to where you just understand that you want your own space and it's better for you ultimately. I had to go back to the chiropractor because of
I second that, Trigger Mike. That was one of my biggest fears when I had both of my children is, man, what if I'm so tired that I roll over and this baby can't breathe? Like I couldn't relax thinking about it.
Real. They've actually, how they like to be up under you. They've actually stuck their head in your side before, and you freeze when you wake up like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yep.
Whoa, that stuff's scary, man.
Yeah.
Just another, piece of it.
All right. Guys, just tuning in. Welcome to King Talk on the Lapeef Network. Make sure we get the likes up. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Shout out to the sponsor, Teach Handley again. Make sure you guys feel it, Teach. Get 30% off along with a free gift. That link is in the description. That is how you get your discount and free gift. So make sure you click that link. Feel it, Teach. Let's get the likes up, y'all. I'm hearing the likes are down. Green Gang and all the mods help get the likes up, help push the likes to get up. I don't know where we are in likes, but it's free, y'all. That's all we ask for is you guys hit the like button. Let's go and get into our next topic before we get to the main topic. I'm going to play this clip and we're going to break it down, but this is what the next topic is. It's red flags that all men notice in women. Non-reciprocal energy, unrealistic financial expectations, immaturity / uncontrolled emotions, and no femininity. Let me play the clip and I'm going to break it up in these sections real quick.
Number 1, non-reciprocal energy. You hear a lot of women in the dating market saying when the right man comes along, you will not have to try. And although it's true that you won't have to try too hard, there's a difference between not trying too hard and not trying at all. You don't have to be thirsty. You don't have to come off desperate, but no man wants to be pursuing a woman that they feel is not giving them the same kind of energy in return.
All right, we'll keep it there with the first one. Non-reciprocal energy. Is this true, fellas?
For me, it is 100%. All of that, me chasing you around for months. I'm good, love. I'm really good. If listen, this thing, it could be a back and forth thing with energy. If you don't have the same passion for me while I'm pursuing you, then I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't beat because and it's funny because I'm hearing a lot of women taking on this mentality. I'm hearing like, oh, you got to make sure a man love you more than you love him. That's the only way it's gonna work. Like, I'm good, love, and joy.
Right.
Well, that's the definition. So the opposite is just definition of a simp. I don't think that any of us are going to really disagree. Like when you think of a simp, is somebody, the definition of it is really desperation for the attention and doing the most for non-reciprocal energy from a woman. Generally, because a simp generally is a guy. And so if you're not getting the same shit back, if you're not getting the same energy back, and you still out there doing everything you're supposed to be doing, it, whether it's for because you hoping to get sex, that's generally the case. But you just want attention and affection, and you paying, you paying attention and you paying affection and you paying and you giving all this stuff to somebody, and you're not getting none of that shit back, and you still doing it. That is literally the textbook definition. That's why a lot of people use the word simp and don't you really use it in the right context. It's somebody that's giving the attention and affection and desperation for somebody who's not getting it back, who's not giving it back, rather. So her first one is absolutely on point. Let me just put that on record for myself now. If a man is out there chasing after a chick and she's not giving him back the same energy that he's giving her, that's simping. Literally the term simping.
Yeah, it's an old saying, fellas. We don't chase, we replace. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't have this discussion before. Don't be chasing after nothing that's not looking to get caught. You know what I'm saying? The proverbial unicorn. If she, let that myth continue. You know, being behind your understanding and your reasoning, bro. If she don't like you, why are you chasing her, bro?
Because the bottom line is, if you're more into the woman than she is into you, she's going to divorce you at some point, because like women are receivers and men are the givers. But if the woman isn't into you more than you're into her, she is going to find some issue with you as you're like still chasing her, you know what I'm saying? Coming at her, because women, they're fickle. So she has to be fully into you, because at some point she's going to be less into you because life happens. But if she starts off like somewhat into you, and you chasing her around or something, guess what? At some point, she's gonna lose that fire.
Yeah, she gonna see you as a weak dude,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, you're chasing her, and she's saying that she don't really want you. It's why put in that type of energy if she's not giving you the same energy? Like that doesn't really make sense. So it should be a red flag. But the question that I have is that when do you recognize that it's not reciprocal? Like when do you recognize that the energy is not?
I think it's conversation.
I was about to say,
Yeah, I think it's immediate. I think it's
Like
almost
first,
immediate.
like you mean like first date?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
talking.
the talking phase is like that's the honeymoon phase. Everything's good. Yeah,
from my
during that.
experience, Dad, when a woman wants you, you know.
You know what I'm saying? I think
Like there's no, they don't get, ain't no, even the ones who very mental, right? That they like to give a little chase a little bit, but like they want you to chase them, but they keep all of the roads open and they flirting back with you. Like they doing a lot. It's not just like, oh yeah, I'm running. No, it's not none of that. It's even the ones, at the end of the day, like if a woman wants you or not.
that's what I'm saying, bro. I think like when you first approach a female, she kind of lets you know what's what. You know what I'm saying? Even when they try to be sassy and flip at the lip, they give you certain choosing signals, doe eyes, you know what I'm saying? Snickers, stuff like that. Try not to look you in the eye, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times dudes don't be paying attention because they be so focused on trying to get at her. You know what I'm saying? So they try to write it off as, but nah, usually like if a woman attracted to you, like I said, I use what they say against them, right? Oh, within 5 minutes, we know what's up, right? So if we having a conversation and I'm pushing up and you're not giving me the right signals, that's enough for me to, hey, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying?
And be careful, fellas, because you have to have some type of discernment of knowing. Like you ever I don't know if you experienced this. You probably talking to a female. It's not like she's not giving you a whole lot of energy, but she's not curving you. Like when she's talked to you, it's a little conversation, but you can tell like she probably in another situationship, or she probably not in a relationship, but she got a favorite, like somebody that she already been talking to. And then once he mess up or something, or you might have made a move or something like, but once he messed up or she started putting him to the back burner, she giving you like big energy. So you got to know, it's only because he done pissed her off. But if he all he got to do is
are you giving us live experience? Is that what's going on?
I mean, I've been Mr. Humble Dad. I've been coaching a lot of people. All right, so
okay, got you.
I hear these
in other words, it is his personal experience.
Oh, okay, this what.
Yo, listen, I'm gonna be perfect. I'm if you don't give me big energy, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I'm turned off. I need all the energy. You can call me selfish. You can call me whatever you want to call me. I need that energy to be reciprocated. Whatever. Now, if I'm not giving you big energy, I can accept not you giving me big energy. I'm fair. I'm a fair person. But if I'm pressing and you ain't pressing back, I'm good. Love and joy.
Yeah, this society is twisted now. Like this is supposed to be common, but so many dudes have been raised by women, unfortunately, that have been telling them this is what you need to do for a girl. This is how you're supposed to impress her. That men just think that they're supposed to serve women all the time. I can't even believe that this is something that men don't even know is supposed to be innate within them. Yes, you're supposed to let a woman know you're interested. You could do that verbally, but you're always supposed to be solid and give off that appeal to where I'm good if you come and I'm good if you don't, because I'm going elsewhere. They should always, once they realize you're interested, be marketing themselves to you. Just like Ricky said, that snicker, that you learn to pick that stuff up, or you can walk up to them. I mean, when I get frustrated, I ain't gonna lie. Back in the day, I got tired of those games because I was a bad signal catcher. I couldn't catch signal. I'll walk right up to a girl like, yo, I'm trying to go, you're trying to, do something because I can't do all these signals. I'm bad at reading signals and I want that ass or whatever, Oh,
so, hell yeah.
So yeah, it's just dudes got to really get back to the basics. I mean, all of these dudes, the reason I know this problem is bad is because a lot of a lot of women call a lot of men their friends, and men and women can't be friends. All right, if a woman called me her friend, she better have been basically like my play cousin or my family, because I've never been friends, quote unquote, with a woman I didn't want to smash.
Why we can't be friends with women? I'm confused.
No, you cannot. Men and women cannot be friends.
I
So if
have female
she
friends.
has a
I'm
bunch of
confused.
male friends, she's giving a lot of non-reciprocal energy to a lot of dudes. And
It's a friend. I'm confused. I got female friends. What do you mean a man can't be a friend to a woman?
So if you move them over into the family category, meaning you are repulsed at the thought of having intimate sexual relations with them, they're your family for real. You've moved them over into the family.
Who said that somebody's doing that? I have female friends that I would have sex with. I'm confused. What are you talking about?
Either they want to smash you or you secretly want to smash them.
Or we just don't smash and we're friends.
Nah, men and women can't be friends. We can go. We can go on another platform.
So how are you gonna tell me that men and women can't be friends, and I'm friends with?
We can go toe to toe on this on another. I don't want to
take
up the air.
I'm just saying you throwing out something that don't make no sense.
It make perfect sense. I broke it down.
Well, I totally disagree. I got plenty of female friends, baddest, fine ass friends. I ain't never smashed.
So if they call you right now and said they horny and they need you to come over and smash, you say no.
Yeah, I'll say no. I got other women I can smash. Like,
nope.
I don't need to smash every chick that I. First of all, Sean has been around me. I've been around Rashawn can tell you, I got some badass female friends.
He's speaking facts. He's speaking facts. I don't really co-sign people, but he definitely, his friends is definitely baddies. I ain't going to sit there and hold you.
I'm gonna be right back.
I'm gonna say this. I don't know if he can't be, but if he could.
So do you think I can't be or I don't want to be?
I'm playing with you. Chill. See,
okay,
I know we live and your manhood is on the line right now. So I knew he was going to respond, so I lead you out here. But listen, I don't know
how I feel about what you just said, Mr. Let Go.
Because Rashawn, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It ain't that I can't.
Now he got all of the caps on.
Yeah, I choose not to. I'm just saying, like, because I can only speak for me. I've been around bad women. I'm in Atlanta. I've been around bad women for years. So I don't have to sleep with every good-looking woman that I see. I can sleep with this good-looking woman, and I can be friends with this good-looking woman. I don't know about y'all, but that's just
the truth of the matter is, right? If you can't be friends with females, you robbing yourself of some very great and important relationships.
Thank you, bro. That shit is crazy.
Well, you see the way I phrased it, to where I understand what you're saying as far as business is concerned and everything like that, but you look at them different. The modern day example of friend, it can't really exist between male and female. That's why I say you either have acquaintances, colleagues, or friends or family. So they're your acquaintances. Like, if you were married, let me put it this way. If you were married, would those women be allowed to call you out at midnight to go change their tire where they at? Or would your wife get an attitude?
I'm gonna be
perfect. That's self-explanatory, bro. Now you just making up stuff.
That's a really bad example.
That's a really bad example.
Now I'm saying, if she's not willing to be friends with your wife, like
nobody's stupid enough to get up in the middle of the night to change no woman. Come on, bro.
That was a really bad example.
She's your
men can be friends with women, bro. You just choose not to be friends with women. You got to look at it in your own situation and don't project your way of thinking on us, because we can be friends with women.
No, Mr. Lego, I agree with you. I'm with you. I'm on the same boat as you. However, I do think Trigger Mike is talking for the standard. You got to remember, a lot of these dudes. I think I was on here, and I don't know if it was Shannon or somebody was putting up the stats that a lot of these dudes don't really get no box. Like, they don't really get no box. So when an opportunity is there, they like they
yeah.
For the most part, I agree. Like, I'm with you, because I got female friends that I never touched. And
there we go.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you're talking about when you used to get in it, like you start to establish penis discipline, right? I'm not rude with the head below the belt. I'm rude with the head above the belt, right? So, but a lot of these dudes, they haven't really, they practicing it by force. But like really to be in a room with a baddie and she trying to pull your pants down on, they ain't taking, bro. They gonna take it all day long, bro, because they don't get it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Because Rashawn done seen me with women that I've dated and women that I am friends with, and they are like equally as bad. You can't even tell which one is badder than the other. So I've been around Rashawn, Rashawn been around me. Go ahead.
Record, nobody's better than. I'm gonna leave it at that.
I got a few more to get through real quick on that one. Real, do you want to add in on this? Did you say anything?
One of the things
I'm not pressuring you guys. I mean, I can move on. You can hop on the next one. It's up to y'all.
Yeah,
y'all answer. It doesn't make sense to be with somebody that don't give you the same energy.
All right.
Yeah, one of the things about the reciprocal energy thing is I feel that if a person likes you, ultimately, that's going to happen. I think that in this society, sometimes we perpetuate that happy wife, happy life narrative. And I think that some people actually are in marriages and have that ideal about things, thinking that there is something that you can do in order to make her a happy person. If a person is already high energy and you meet them there, then there's really nothing that you need to do in order to bring that out of them, unless something about being with you is making them unhappy. So, we got to be careful with the reciprocal thing. I think sometimes people are working really hard for conditional energy, and that's a red flag. If you only get the energy that you need out of another individual based off of things that you're doing and how often you're able to do those things, then that's a problem. That's a red flag.
Okay. Let me go ahead and continue to the next one, which is the unrealistic financial responsibility.
Number 2, unrealistic financial expectations. Somewhere in the modern dating market, we have communicated to women that it is totally acceptable to expect a man to pay for their hair or their nails for a first date, or to even go as far as to ask a man they barely even know to help them with their bills. Feeling entitled to lavish treatment or financial assistance from a man that you barely even know that's still trying to get to know you is an extremely unrealistic expectation. And social media has done a really bad job of making modern women think that behavior is normal. Let me be clear. There's nothing wrong with wanting a man who's financially solid, but no man wants to feel like they're your walking ATM.
Gentlemen, how do we feel about that? I'm gonna go to Ricky first. Ricky, you want to go ahead and hit that first?
Go ahead, Ricky. Go ahead, big dog, because I got something really to say on this one.
I mean, I agree wholeheartedly with what she said. Right? Again, it's not your man's job to fund your lifestyle. That's not his job. His job is to provide you with a home, sustenance, and provide for his children. If you y'all know, look, you not gonna be here telling me what type of lifestyle I'm gonna provide. If it's not enough for you, there's the door. It's not difficult, bro. It's not difficult. This is not an argument. I think we can go yes all the way along the board and get off this. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro, it is not my job to be no. It's my job to maintain. It's my job to provide what is necessary. Anything extra than that, that's all on you. That's all on you. And again, if that's what builds you, if that's what make you, you're not the one for me. This ain't difficult. The door work both ways. I ain't got no time for that, bro. Door work both ways. That's simple thing.
I would say it depends on your relationship with money. One, I'm not gonna pay no woman bills and all that other shit, but if I just meet a woman and we start talking and I don't know, something goes wrong, it wouldn't be about her not being like, as an example. So I start dating a woman and say whether before we smash or after we smash or whatever, and I see that her car needs some tires or some shit. I buy some tires for a car because that, to me, that's a safety thing. I can't necessarily be around a woman that got a fucked up car, the car dirty, I'm gonna wash it or I'm gonna get it washed. I'm gonna do something like for a car because that's kind of like a man's role. But I'm not gonna pay her bills or whatever. So with me, it's me just like, you know, picking her up, like dusting her off a little bit. All right, your car nasty. Let's. I can't be around no woman with no nasty ass car. Come on, bring your ass over here. Let me dust you off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But as far as I can't pay your bills. I ain't even do that shit. But I buy you some tires and shit. Spend about $300-400 on some tires and shit like that. Make sure you little big head kids are safe. But other than that, you know, I ain't gonna do nothing else for a woman I just met. But I would do that. So it depends on what the situation is, and it will be me simply dusting the woman off, making sure, not really dusting her off, but you know, putting her in a better position safety wise.
Can I jump back on this real quick? Look, it's not your job to fund her lifestyle. I don't get what y'all don't get. If you got a chick that need Gucci, you got a chick that need Louis Vuitton, you got a chick that need a Mercedes Benz, right? So again, yeah. So what is y'all talking about, bruh? Needs and wants are two totally different things. If that's the shit she want, get up off your ass and go get it. Get up off your ass. I provide what is needed. I know, Sean. I know you like Louis Vuitton. That's why you understand it, right? Because you a clothes whore just like her, nigga. You see what I'm saying? That's why you niggas relate.
Wow.
Damn. He pulled out the switch on him.
That is sound effects, JR. Come on now.
Yeah, JR, you slacking on that one. It was supposed to be
Hey, but y'all cut him off though.
And y'all wonder why these females act this way, because y'all put yourselves in these fucking positions.
Yep.
And then y'all want to blame her when she leave for the next nigga that got more money. Oh, I bought her this Chanel purse. I bought all that shit, nigga. That's what you was for.
Huh. Double time.
No, you're right, man. Listen, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you.
I'm not sure if he was done yet.
Ricky. Yeah, he put it on. Listen, man, I don't even believe. I think that when the first date, y'all should go Dutch. I know everybody going to be like, oh, this, then, and third, because you feel like I know we was taught. No, go Dutch.
Come on, man.
I'm gonna tell you why. No expectations. Listen, no, she shouldn't expect you to be paying for the meal, and you shouldn't be expecting the box. Y'all get to, if y'all going on a date with intention. Now, if you went on the date to get the box, then go on out. Spend whatever that date is gonna be for whatever how you gonna do. But if you're saying, I'm only talking about those who are dating or courting with intention. If you're courting with intention and you really trying to get
that don't make sense if that's the case. Like it seems like the reverse.
Nah,
so what is wrong with y'all?
It doesn't make any sense.
Listen, let me tell you this.
I apologize. Yeah, I did interrupt.
At first, I was brought up the same way. My mother said, "Oh, you pay for the dinner, this and third." But when I got into the Nation of Islam and the way how our courting process is actually you go Dutch. We don't play that all the shit for her expecting the expectation for you to pay for, because when you my wife, I'm paying for everything anyway. For the rest of our natural life, I'm paying for everything. All of the dates I got to pay for the rest of my natural life. So you talking about the part of really getting to, I don't even know if I like you. I'm about to pay. I'm about to spend $300-400 on a date that night, and I don't even know if I really like you. No,
this is the problem with I don't know, men these days. Y'all are so afraid of getting hurt. Y'all are so afraid of getting used. Y'all are so afraid of somebody taking advantage of y'all. Where you just like, well, I don't want to pay on the first date. Well, I don't want to do all that. Like it's shit is crazy, man. Hold on, Rashawn.
You be the last person
to be afraid of that.
Let me finish.
What human wouldn't be afraid of that?
Here's the bottom line. Keyword. I'm glad you said that, Trigger Mike. If me and a friend is going out to eat, I'ma pay.
That's different.
Who paid for everybody, Rashawn?
That's different.
I'm just saying.
You Mr. Lego, you're the type to ruin these conversations with your balling.
Bro.
We talk about the average dude.
Can y'all let me finish at least?
Yeah, but Aaron, you talking about apples and oranges.
No, I literally said, you said it. I'm going by what you said, and I think Ricky said something. To me, like I said, we all are individuals. We all are individuals. I look at paying for a woman's food as my job as a man. Like if me and you are friends, like I told you, Rashawn, all of us that went out, I pay for you. I pay for everybody. Like if it's 6 people at a table, I'm paying for all 6 people. And then next time we go out, Rashawn pay for all 6 people. That's what people do. Rashawn paid one time, I pay one time. I'm paying. Like I'm just gonna be like, like I just don't understand. Like one person pays, not 2 people pay. To me, that's just not where I'm from. 2 people don't pay at no table that I'm going to be fucking at. Either I'm going to pay, that's just me. So if me and some friends go out, one person going to get the card, whether it's me or somebody else. So if I'm with female friends, male friends, or whoever the fuck, one person is paying for every fucking body.
I agree.
A public service announcement, Mr. Lego is a trick. That's what he just called himself.
Listen, no.
Hey, hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna get Rio on that because he barely.
Okay, go ahead.
So mine is a question. So, and I think that ideally it's brothers who asking women on the dates, right? So you've been watching a woman, you're paying attention to how she moves. You decide, you know what? I think I want to get to know her a little bit better. Let me go ahead and ask her on a date. At what point in that conversation do you inform her that this date is conditional upon her willingness to pay for 50% of the bill?
Exactly.
Yeah, on a date, man, just don't ask a woman. If you're asking for somebody for their time, hey, I just want to get to know you. And I think to counteract what you're saying, Rashawn, if money is a big issue or intentionality of the date, just go for coffee. Go for something super inexpensive, but the man always pays. I will never ask a woman for her time and ask her to split the bill.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Bro.
Y'all done?
No.
Mine was actually a question for you, Sean. Mine was a question.
I got you, but Humble Dad went off mute. Go ahead, Mr. Humble. I'm gonna answer. I got you, Rhea. I'm gonna answer you. I'm gonna
we got a couple more, and we got to come through it, y'all.
I mean, you're good. I'm just saying that I think that if you're saying you're courting someone, you're coming from a position of, what your faith says, right? So I can't really knock that, right? You say that's what y'all do. And so I'm saying that if you are courting a young lady and you're serious and intentional, why not show her in the beginning what it looks like to be with you as a husband, right? What you're saying is, well, she can see that through the process of already knowing that's what we're doing. We're trying to get to the point of marriage. If we just there is no expectation of each other. That's what you're saying, right? If I don't pay for the date, I pay for mine, she pays for hers. We have an understanding that we're walking to the point of trying to be married. She already knows that I can provide for her. That's what you're saying. You're under that, guys. And so there's no expectation, right? What the other people are saying, like right now, what it looks like is that there's an expectation on both sides. And so men are saying, listen, we're spending this money, but you're saying that you're not giving up anything. So how do I supposed to know what it is that you're going to be doing as a wife, right? But us as dudes that are traditional, we're saying, listen, we cool with the fact of just going out on a date and spending whatever the money necessary it needs to be on a date. It doesn't mean that we tricking, right? It means that we are okay with spending our money on a date. That's what that means. So go ahead, Mr. Ali.
You know what? To each his own. Listen, y'all continue on doing it the rate that y'all been doing it. All I know is when I look at the numbers, the way how we've been taught is not looking good. All right. The way how we've been taught. See, I'm just want to deal with the numbers. The facts are the facts. Now you can say whatever you want, but the facts are the facts.
He about to make some shit up.
Listen, the way how we've been operating hasn't been working.
No, what's the facts? What's the numbers? I want to hear the numbers.
Well, listen,
for that too.
Well, 50% of divorce. I mean, 50% of marriages end in divorce.
What the hell that got to do with going Dutch? What are you talking about? We're talking about you. Well, you said not.
Wait. Hold on. First of all, hold on, Mr. Lecco. First of all, you went off and start talking about how we pay for our friends if we go out. That's not the conversation. I never said I agree with you. If I'm with my friends, we take care of each other. Like,
well, the point is, it doesn't matter, is what I'm saying.
Listen, no. If it depends. If I'm going out with intention of trying to actually really get to know someone, there's no expectations that I'm going to pay for the whole bill. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much money that I got.
So you would pay for a dude's food, but you won't pay for a woman's food?
That's what he said.
You talking about my friends? Yes. You talking about somebody, my friends?
You're saying you'll pay for a dude's food, but you won't pay for a woman's food.
Females, or it could be any one of my friends. It don't matter the gender.
Can you answer that part?
Yes.
You're saying you would pay for a dude's food when y'all go out, but you won't pay for a woman's food when y'all go out.
A woman that I don't know, no, I would not.
So I think, Rashawn, what you're more so alluding to, I don't think it has anything to do with going Dutch. A big factor in this is the mindset of modern women and what they expect. All right, expectations go a long way. And, I won't dive too deep into it, but if we can notice, the women who want men to finance their luxury are the least married women in America and in Western society, period. The women who know that, who want standard provision, like Ricky was talking about. I need this dude to put a roof over my head. Those are the smart women in society. Do you know what you can do if somebody just financing your needs? Like the smartest women in America, just like, damn, where I can go. I don't got to pay for bills. This dude taking care of everything. Sky's the limit from here, right? So it's the mindset of the modern woman that's messed up. Not necessarily breaking it down all the way to the first date and who needs to go Dutch. That mindset starts from home, their upbringing, their amount of hours spent on social media, wanting other people's lives, fetishizing over things that are devilish. Like, it goes way beyond just going Dutch on the first date.
So if a dude wants to do that, what's the problem? Because no. I'm talking about if he wants to pay for everything and he wants to wine and dine her, whatever the case may be, whatever cost there is, he's spending his own money. Like, nobody's making him. Like, she can't make him spend his money.
Nobody mad at that.
Because what does that have to do with modern women? Right, Homo Dad? What you're saying? It has nothing to do with the modern women. It has to do with what the man wants and not. Is that what you're saying, Homo Dad?
Yeah, but look, I was about to say, it's nothing wrong with if you want to pay for it. That's your pockets. Do what you want to do. But we know, and let's be real here, because unless I should put my stuff. I wish I had a cap to put on. We need to stop the shenanigans and act like, when dudes is taking females out on a date, they expectations for the most part. Most of these dudes, they want the box at the end of the night.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Listen,
we're gonna get the box.
Can I finish? All right, can I finish? Because they real expectation isn't really to really get to know her. But if you really want to get to know someone, come there with no expectations so you could really be free. But when you got this, I gotta be a certain way, X, Y, and Z, and then you leading with money, because
you're leading with manhood, not money. That's being a man.
Listen, you can make it sound crispy. I'm not a female. You ain't got to talk. You ain't talking to me out of my drawers, bro. You can make it sound good all you want.
Yo, Paul.
Listen. At the end of the day, you leading with money, because you know how it goes. Some of these dudes be from here like, we're gonna go to STK. We're gonna go. We about to go. We try to shoot up to the fancy little restaurants. Let her know, like, you leading with money. Don't act like dudes don't be trying to impress on. Yeah, I got it. You seeing the prices on the menu, the whole 9 yards. But we just on the simple. You trying to make it seem like it's just a friendly little simple little date. No, You're trying to get the box, and you.
Hey, you on there? I'm interrupting just because I want to ask this question to you, Rashawn. So, are you telling me that when you go Dutch with this woman that you asked out, that you found attractive, you saying you didn't want to smash?
He ain't going to smash.
No, hold on. No, that's not what I'm asking. That's not what I'm asking. I'm saying but you want to smash, right? Am I off?
If I wanted to,
yeah. Do you want to?
It depends. 9 times out of 10.
Why did you ask her then?
Didn't we have this conversation before?
Yeah.
Bro, this shit is crazy.
So let's line it up. Let's line it up because A, B, my shit is circular because it's all based on the truth.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So let's line it up. The reason you paying is to rack up them pussy points.
Go ahead.
Why is we having this conversation, bro? It's simply what it is, bro. You paying for that woman's time. You let her see the check. You let her see it. That you tell her when she ordered that $40 steak, you know that's the fucking side of the menu.
So you leading with money.
No, you not leading with money. Hold on, Rashawn. You let her know the expectation.
Mm-hmm. I'm good.
See what I'm saying? Yeah. It's expectation, right? That's what people don't understand. Again, we talked about this before. This is the social contract. The reason I'm asking you out and willing to pay for this date, this meal, whatever we doing, is that down the line, I'm trying to get them draws.
But Ricky, to your pause, this is what I'm saying is, even if you didn't pay for the dinner, you still want the draws.
Facts.
And so, but Rashawn is saying that's not an expectation still, but that's not true.
Yes, it is.
This is getting crazy. You gonna get the draws regardless of what the hell are y'all talking about? Do y'all realize that a woman is most likely, because I don't know, some of y'all chicks be going out with y'all in order to get some food. I don't know, but you do know if a chick goes out with you, she wants to give you some ass, right? The only reason why she doesn't give you any ass, you said something or did something stupid.
That's not true.
All right,
you speaking in your case, Mr. Let Go. That's not true.
And so this is.
I'm confused. Let Go. You got to realize you can't you're trying to put what we do or certain caliber men on it. No, so we're not talking for the exceptions. We're talking about on the standard or the majority.
I just like, who ain't giving up ass? Like these
mostly some of these girls really got dudes under food in their contacts. Like literally, like they got a dude for food. They know that they could go to work and the same dude that been trying to smash at their job for the last 7-8 years, he's going to buy lunch. Like they know it.
So I got a question then, because like Ricky made a very important point about just telling the truth. So Mr. Let Go, you counsel women. Ricky has a podcast directed towards dropping gems on women. So what are we? How are we educating them on this in this process? Are we telling them that it's okay to go ahead and drop them draws on the first night if you dating for marriage? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that what we saying? You know, because I guess whatever we tell them should be the expectation that we have, right?
But that's the conundrum, though. That's the lie, King Rio. That's the lie. You see what I'm saying? That's the lie. So we done had these conversations ad nauseum, bro. So what's the expectation, right? Again, these are talking points on YouTube. Okay, right? If I'm paying for dinner, I should be able to hit on the first day, right? But then with that, then y'all want to say some shit like, then dudes want to talk about how many bodies a chick got. I mean, if she been on dates and the expectation is that somebody paying for a date, they can hit the box. How you gonna hold her to a standard that,
right? Like
you the king all be all God. Nah, dude. I understand y'all got egos and shit, and you know y'all big dick, big ball, and you know what I'm saying. But y'all just like the rest of the men out here. It's a man that's riding just like you out here, bro.
Right. That's right.
So like I said, we can't sit up here and expect women to move a certain way when we putting these fucking rules on them, bro. Nah. But the whole shit is that, like you should be finding a girl for you, dog. That's why I tell y'all, man. Like a woman that if you standing in your manhood, bro, and you moving a certain way, and she's traditional, she understands the tradition. Somebody told her, hey, if a dude is coming paying money for you to take you out on nice dates to the movies or whatever y'all doing, he really interested in you. And if she being thorough and she don't like you, she gonna tell you on that date, you know what, me and you ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pay for my shit, you pay for your shit, and we have a good night.
So let me answer on my end.
For the record, and I don't date anyway. I haven't really been. I've been on dates, but I don't really date like that. So luckily for us,
Sean, let me answer Rio's question, man.
Everybody tired of you, bro. Nobody want to talk.
Ask the question specifically to me.
Yeah, all right, go ahead, Eric. Go ahead.
What are you talking about? So bro, can you stop? God damn. Rio, so what I tell the women that I coach is sex has nothing to do with none of this shit. Whether you have sex or you don't, is about one, you're protecting yourself. That's one thing. And two, because the problem with women is they turn around and say, should I make him wait or should I give him sex now? None of that shit matters. We either like it or we don't. Now, we talked about this the other time. If you have sex with her on the first day, now that's kind of weird. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Have some damn standards, right? But whether it's a week, 2 weeks, or 2 months, that isn't going to tell a man whether he's going to want to be with you or not. It's about your personality. You feel me? So I tell women sex has zero to do with whether this man marries you or not. It's about what's up here, not what's down there. She don't have some dick before, he don't have some pussy before. None of that shit matters. It's about what's up here. So whether you have sex now or later, it ain't gonna make no difference. So sitting around trying to hold out is just gonna make the man think you playing with him. You know what I mean? If you like him, he like you. Y'all are adults. I'm not saying to do it, but I'm not saying not to do it either, because it doesn't matter in my opinion.
Shannon, why you make that face?
Hey, you guys, I got to move on to the next point real quick. The third one now that she said is the immaturity and uncontrolled emotions. So let's get to that.
Number 3, immaturity and uncontrolled emotions. Immaturity, uncontrolled emotions, acting crazy, all of that has been rebranded recently as being toxic. And there are a lot of social media channels out there that actually glamorize being toxic and encourage women to engage in this kind of behavior. When good men get a sense of that behavior, you lashing out, blocking their number, cursing them out, they either just stop taking you seriously from that point forward, or they don't tolerate it altogether, because you're coming across to him more so like a child who's throwing a temper tantrum than you are a woman who wants to be taken seriously as an adult.
I'm gonna go to Shan first on this one. Shan, what are your thoughts?
It depends on the generation that the guy comes from. I believe that Generation X and early millennials is spot on with what she said. Unfortunately, I believe Gen Zs and most millennials look for that shit. They think it's cute. And because they're filled with so much feminine energy, they do it themselves, the men. And so they look for that in women. The uncontrolled emotions, the blocking and the unblocking, the guys, the boys is doing that with the girls too. And they're looking for, and unfollowing and following on social media. I'm Instagram, I'm gonna follow you, then I'm gonna unfollow you. And the dudes is almost fueling that shit, the young ones. She's an older chick, it looks like in the video. So maybe she's, late 30s, mid 30s. Brothers that age ain't fucking with that shit. They're gonna be some quick to let a motherfucker go type brothers when they start seeing basket cases and untreated unstable mentalities. Trill ain't messing with that. I'm not messing with that. Mr. Let Go not messing with that. We ain't got time for that shit. We like, oh no, hell no. But the young guys, The young guys, they kind of do the same shit. Some of my young fraternity brothers, I'd be like, bro, what are you doing? Like, why would you? Oh man, but I'll follow her back tomorrow. What? Well, then why'd you unfollow her? Just let her know. Let her know what? Well, she did that to me. Also, this is a back and forth thing that the young one is doing. So I think it's generational. I think the older brothers she's spot on. We see that shit. We either gonna just relegate you down to just somebody that a jump off, and we could just fuck, and that's all it'll ever be, or it ain't even worth the pussy. I don't want to deal with you at all. But the young ones, man, they kind of think that shit is, I don't know, cute.
What's going on, Trey? I want to go to you. Did you see the video, Trey?
Yeah, she was talking about temper tantrums or something like that.
Yeah, let me see if I can pull it back for a second. Right quick. Here we go. Right. Damn, did I go back too far? I don't know, shit.
But no man wants to feel like they're your walking ATM.
Okay. Yeah.
Rebranded recently as actually glamorize being toxic and encourage women to engage in this kind of behavior. When good men get a sense of that behavior, you lashing out, blocking their number, cursing them out, they either just stop taking you seriously from that point forward, or they don't tolerate it altogether, because you're coming across to him more so like a child who's throwing a temper tantrum than you are a woman who wants to be taken seriously as an adult.
All right, so that was the third one, which was the immaturity and uncontrolled emotions. That's what the third one was.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think, we talking about grown men. Yeah, we got time for that shit. I'm 32 with mortgage and bills and college funds and shit that we trying to, add to it. Ain't got time to be chasing no temper tantrums and shit like that. What are we talking about here? But do a lot of men do? Hell yeah. That's why they feel entitled to behave the way they behave. This shit ain't just happening like they behaving and they getting a bunch of backlash and they just go breaking the mold to do it anyway. No, there's plenty of niggas out here that's still dealing with them anyway. That's still willing to go over there and smash. That's still willing to bomb things. That's still willing to do whatever because she's attractive. And the fact is that most men are just, they are not, a lot of attractive women are just not available to a lot of men. So in that situation, he'll look past the toxicity because he's just happy to be there. I feel like it's a lot of men like that. And those type of men pad her ego, make her feel more important than she is, make her feel more valuable than she is, make her feel like that type of behavior is acceptable, right? And then that's how she just continues it. And then she'll run into a grown man who's, again, that's not willing to deal with that shit. And she's going to either do one or two things. She's going to run away from that or she's going to adapt and change. But, to answer the question, if she's speaking about grown men with shit to lose, who done accomplished things and who have actually experienced attractive women before, she 1,000% right. But fact is, that's not the case for most men. So that's my take on that.
Y'all ever had some crazy pussy? Have you ever had some crazy pussy, fellas?
Is it crazy pussy or is she crazy?
Well, she crazy, but the pussy's attached, so it's crazy pussy.
So yeah, we talking about age and stuff right now, and I think it goes even deeper into the fact that if you look at the numbers, like let's say the rate in which people are getting married, yes, men now love toxicity, or rather they're attracted to it, right? Because it's loud. These women got their ass in the air on Instagram. It's a whole package, and they've learned to be drawn to that. But they've also judged these women with their decision making. They're not marrying them. All right, most men are not marrying them. If I'm to be correct, only 9% of black women under the age of 50 are married. So if you're toxic, the men have already judged. They'll mess with you. They'll knock it down. They'll smash. But when it comes down to, am I going to take this woman seriously for the long term? I think it's innate, again, using that word innate in men, to say, I can't deal with this for the long term. Look, I'll say it all the time. Most wives, put them in a room together and give them certain tasks. You'll think a bunch of ants that were related were working because they all move the same. Wives move the same, look the same, talk the same. You could pick a wife out in the HEB grocery store. Like that woman looked like she got kids to pick up at 5. All right. They smell a certain way. All right. So these toxic women that think that, you know, that they're bringing something new, spicy, and exciting.
Mike, what they smell like?
Yeah. Work, man. They smell like work.
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm saying.
They smell like work? Oh my
You know
God.
what I'm saying.
Sounds bad.
Don't do this with me, man. You know what I'm saying.
We don't know what you're saying. That's exactly
I don't want y'all to miss the message. But men have already judged these women, these toxic women, with their decision making, and they're not wifing them. That's all I got.
Well, I think women are children. So if you haven't seen a woman flip the fuck out, at some point, she's still operating in her role self. I think every woman has that gear where she regresses and starts acting like a fucking child. So if you haven't seen it, she's still hiding it from you. And I'm not saying all women are just nuts or nothing like that, but I think all women have dealt with a huge amount of trauma at some point in their lives, and that shit comes out. And when it comes out, that shit all comes out at one time. So with my way of looking at women being children, I give a woman grace when she acts the fuck up, because women, it's hard for them to deal with their emotions. And when you fuck them good and treat them good, and something's going to come out. Something's going to come out. You know what I mean? So it's about having enough discernment to know which one is batshit crazy and which one just simply is just regressing, and she's just, you know, coming out of her normal self. Because another part of this, women people please like a son bitch. So all this shit you've been seeing with this woman, she's just people pleasing, and you're the person she's pleasing. So she's acting a certain kind of way and not saying certain things, but at some point, when you piss her off or she regresses or whatever, all that shit is going to come out at one time. So with all that being said, I understand. So I give them a certain amount of grace, but I do know how to discern a crazy chick with a woman that just regresses into her natural childlike form.
How much grace do you give him, Mr. Lego? I'm all curious.
If she need to shut the hell up. So if you act up, I'm gonna look at you and we're gonna have a conversation. And if you don't want to talk, if you don't want to slow down, you don't want to calm down, now now there's a problem. Because like I said, a woman is gonna act up, you know, she's gonna, you know, do whatever she does. I want to see that, because I need to see that other side of her. You feel me? And if you don't see that other side of her, you're going into a dark ass tunnel and you don't know what the hell is going to happen. So I actually want to see that. I want to see that woman triggered. I want to see that woman upset over something. Not saying I'm going to try to, but I always say you don't know a woman until something stupid happens. So I need to see her in that other uncomfortable state to see, does she run? Does she engage? Does she fuss? Does she holler? Or does she back off? Does she, you know what I'm saying? I need to know what she does in inopportune situations. Because if you wait and you turn around and marry that woman, or you have a child or whatever, you are going to hate your life when you actually see it. But it's coming. So I am okay when I see it. And I can judge it by when I see it, whether, like I said, she's batshit crazy or she's just simply regressing. So it depends on what she does, how she deals with it, and does she acquiesce to me, you know, calming her down.
I guess everybody agree on that one. Mr. Lego. No?
I ain't never seen everybody just get quiet like that. Like, damn.
Yeah, no, I don't necessarily agree with it. I mean, I see his stance. That's why I wanted to ask him to break it down a little bit more. But I mean, again, I think it just boils down to the amount of patience you have. And it sounds like because he works with women a lot and he analyzes them from a mental perspective a lot, that causes him to have a bit more patience than most men would have. I know if it's me in that same situation, you do some crazy shit, you out of there. There's no way around it. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. But again, I don't work with women as frequently as bro do from a mental perspective. That's why I asked him that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't believe in that. You know what I'm saying? I think your forgiveness needs to be earned. You know what I'm saying? You got to give me something to forgive, baby. You know what I'm saying? If everything good and off top, you jumping off the cliff, take your ass on and jump. You know what I'm saying? But if you ain't gave me something that I could be like, okay, you know, I can see why it would be like that, or you know, you done built up enough, as my boy say, your resume. You know what I'm saying, to justify me giving you a chance, then it ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I do agree. Like, I gotta agree with what y'all said about the younger generation. I've seen it too many times, bro. Like, I got, you know, one of my sons is like just turned 30, 28, you know, and I see my daughters are young. I see it all the time. Like the passive aggressiveness of these couples. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. You know, me when I was coming up, you say what's up. Y'all know how, hey, put it out in the atmosphere, right? You gotta, because people are free to assume whatever they want to assume until you say it and make it known. You know what I mean? And that's that gray area. And I feel nobody should play in the gray area, because that's where the lies is at. You know what I'm saying? Call it out from the jump. And if they don't do it and they don't answer to it right, you know what I'm saying? You got your answer, bro. It ain't hard to tell.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else want to add on to it? I'm gonna move on to this last point that she made. If not, all right, here we go.
Number 4, probably the most controversial one of all, being too masculine. A lot of women will shy away from being feminine now because of the negative connotation that's associated with that in modern society. Whether you like it or not, the reality is that men like feminine women. Now, this is the part in the story where a lot of women will say, well, it takes the right man to bring out that feminine energy. Although I do think that there are some points of that are true, overall, I don't really agree with that. I think that as a woman, you either embrace your feminine energy and you walk in that, or you just haven't tapped into it. There are so many women in the modern dating market who have hardened themselves to steal because of the negative experiences that they've had with men. Blocking your feminine energy is often a defense mechanism for a lot of women so that they don't get hurt in the future. But don't let the experiences of the past turn you bitter. The reality is, ladies, that there are two sides to every coin. And if we're going to talk about the bad traits of men, we also have to acknowledge and take accountability for the bad traits we have in ourselves.
We ain't got to spend too long on this. We talk about this a lot. I think one of the key things that she said that was important is how some women do it for a defense mechanism. So I think that's a great point. But let's go ahead and get a few people to speak on it, and then we'll get to the main topic.
Yeah. In addition to the defense mechanism, I get being a little, hard, but you don't got to be abrasive. And I was thinking about this exact topic the other day. I think I was watching the same video. Have y'all ever noticed that when women adopt masculine behavior, they are adopting the behaviors of the worst men in society? They're adopting the worst attributes men could possibly have. They basically trying to be an asshole. They're adopting the behaviors that men don't even like in other men. You can be an asshole all by yourself, right? So that's why this whole thing where women have to be this way, because men right now in society is giving them an excuse to be an asshole. Men don't like assholes. All right. If you want to adopt the behaviors of a man, try being benevolent. All right. Try being somebody who sees the big picture and wants to do everything for the family. Those are the characteristics I follow. That's what I call being masculine, being able to come out and protect. That's masculine to me. So when people say women are being masculine, they're adopting the behaviors of the worst men in society, which is why I think they cannot do it properly. And like that lady said, naturally men want femininity. And if a woman is out of practice with femininity, we will see that play itself out in multiple facets in her life, with the way she's struggling to either obtain companionship or anything else like that. That's all I got.
Yeah, man, I would say that in terms of like masculine women, I understand why they do it. I think that the environment sometimes can make you that way, but I think like we all do things to adapt in the moment. But I think you got to remember that that's just what it is. You're adapting for the moment. A lot of women, like I would call them being masculine, method acting. It's like I'm putting this mask on because this is what's required. I gotta delve deep into this motherfucker so I don't feel the hurt. I don't feel the pain that I felt in the past and do anything to protect myself from it. But That's why I say method. Eventually, you got to come out of character. A lot of women have a hard time doing that, right? So when you run into a guy who has the resume that I speak about a lot, it's women that are still questioning anyway. Resume ain't got nothing but success and completion on that motherfucker, and they'll still question him every single step of the way out of muscle memory. So I think women got to learn how to break that. And until they, and again, to do that, you have to remember that that's not really who you are for real. And I think a lot of women are doing it so long that they fool themselves into believing that this is the person I am. It's not. You're just unhealed. You just hadn't taken the time to break character per se. And that right there will kill them. And a lot of times they got to lose a good dude to do that. So, yeah, that is definitely a red flag. And again, I think younger men, just like I think goes for every red flag we done addressed tonight, are way more tolerant of it, especially if she looks good and things of that nature. But again, when you're talking to grown men like the men on this panel, men with mortgages and kids and, you know, college funds and shit that they saving up and adding to, we don't have time to battle with you for superiority. That's not what we're doing here. It's either we're gonna be able to work together. You're gonna be cooperative, and I'm gonna be cooperative in return, and we're gonna push this shit forward, or you will be removed from the equation. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. So any woman watching this shit, that is not cute. Break character. Get out of that, or you will have a lonely fucking life. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting that women that have masculine energy, they I don't know if it's a programming or what, right? Let's say that it is. I mean, you literally are going against your natural tendencies. The natural tendency of a woman is to be nurturing, is to want to, you know, to be a wife in the sense of taking care of their husband, taking care of their kids, even in most regards being submissive as it relates to serving the people that are around them, specifically their man. So I wonder, how did the woman get there, right? I mean, because I'm new to some of this. How does a woman get to the point of going against what is natural to her, which is to be a nurturer and not to want to argue and not try to be equal with a man? I know that y'all were going. You may say like, you know, like the 1960s feminism and things of that nature. But however, how is it that they're able to do that still to this day? Even
there is no. I just want to say this with small piece. There is no problem like that is suffered community wide that does not directly relate to fatherlessness in the home. So the fatherlessness is the root. And now you have people in society, the Cardi B's and all this stuff, that are now outwardly doing that in the mainstream. You know, got to argue with him because he love a toxic chick. So that's the perpetuation of it. But the root is fatherlessness, I believe.
I think at this point, we allow it as men. Right? We see these women out here doing things and they still date them. Y'all still lay down with them. Right?
Can I send you a message to the black man? Okay. My fault.
No, you good. You good. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, Ali.
No, I was trying to. I'm gonna let you finish your point, Ricky. I'm on the same tip as you. I just was looking up something on the topic of what you're saying.
Right? We allow it. We accept it. Right? We see these tendencies, but somebody is still dating a wife and expect her to change when you accept that as she is. Right? It's to me like, it's crazy to me, right? It's like the things that women do thinking it's sexy and it's not. I'm telling y'all, it's not. It's not appealing. Right? To me, and I'm about to go on a bit of a rant. I apologize right now, right? But okay, so like you see women in a cigar bar, something that was totally independently segregated from men. To me, it's like they doing stuff, they trying to substitute stuff that they should be doing as women with man stuff, right? You want to put something big in your mouth?
Did you hear what I said?
Right? You want to ride out here in a big truck, you supposed to be riding something.
Oh, hell yeah.
right? Y'all want to be in the strip clubs with women. Y'all want to hit on women's asses, bro. Get your man and get your man with your girlfriend and knock it out the park, right? All y'all shit is misdirected because really the shit what y'all doing is substituting what y'all want to do with a man with the thing that's out in the world, and it's not gonna never be the same. But it's like I said, y'all as men, we supposed to be men, and then you meet a woman like that. Oh, that's sexy. Oh, that's cool. I don't want no woman smelling like no cigars and bourbon. Is that what you into?
I still,
bro, y'all allow these roles to get misconstrued, and then y'all reinforce it. Oh, I want this type of chick. They want this type of chick, right? But the problem ain't them; it's you.
Go ahead, bro.
The problem not them, it's you.
Go ahead, bro.
Y'all can't keep saying y'all can't keep saying that a woman conforms to a certain type of man, and then you supposedly this type of man, and she not moving the way you say she moves. She's supposed to move. That's not the man you supposed to be. But we don't want to have that talk though.
But we gonna have it though.
So to answer the specific question,
wait, Aaron. I was
go ahead.
You do that.
Go ahead.
Listen, I agree. When first of all, are y'all around women? Like, let me just ask y'all a question. Like on the panel, do women come around y'all who you know that might act a certain way, like a lot of masculine energy around other people, but when they around y'all, do they act that same way when they're around y'all? I'm talking to the panel, just quickly, yes or no?
We're saying that they act masculine somewhere else, but then when they're with you, they act feminine. Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
I've seen
around women who act masculine nowhere else.
Okay. So listen, bro said her natural state is being in her feminine energy. I never met a woman that they might have started off, but when they in my circumference, they all act like women. None of that acting like a man. Even the ones, even when I was growing up in the hood, they still felt like I always got the soft side of them. Now, when I'm hearing dudes complaining like, "Bro, she be acting like a nigga," I gotta look at you. You can't have it both ways. As Ricky just said, you say women conform to men, but then you complain that this woman who's not conforming, quote unquote, who's not conforming to what you want her to be, but how are you acting? You like that. You like that. She walking around with her Tim's on, chimping her mile on her thumb. That's what niggas do. Like, life is about responsibilities. If we have to take the responsibility if we saying that these women are running around acting all masculine. Come on, man, stop the cat. That means she don't. If a woman's around you acting all tough all the time, you don't see her soft side, she don't respect you. She feel like she got to be the man in that room.
So specific,
naturally she would become, roles will reverse. It will switch. But as Rick said, you don't want to have that conversation though. Go ahead.
The specific answer to this question, they do operate in opposite their nature, and it doesn't really have to do with us. They're either one way or the other. So if they get around certain dudes, yeah, they're gonna shut up and not, but they're acting in their role self. And that's what I was saying again. Women are people pleasers. So they get around a man that they like, they're going to act feminine in order to acquiesce to the man that they like. But that does not mean she isn't masculine. Because just like I said, a woman is at some point she's gonna flip the fuck out or whatever, and you're gonna see what type of woman she is when she flips out. She might act up feminine wise or act up masculine wise. But the bottom line is the answer to the question specifically is a lot of black women, I would say almost all black women, if they've been raised by a single mother, their mothers beat them like slaves. There are girls who was 7 years old, 9 years old, 12 years old that got beat by their single mother to the point where she actually didn't think her mother would ever stop. With sticks, switches, belts, shoes, literally abuse. And this is where the masculinity came from. They got it from the masculinity from her mother. Because when a mother doesn't have a male in the house, there's no, oh, wait till your daddy get home. Oh, your daddy gonna get you. No, she has to be daddy. So she comes in feeling like, okay, in order for me to get this girl in line, I gotta beat the shit out of her. So a lot of young black women have been beat like slaves, literally, with all kinds of shit. And when I say beat, the girl is literally thinking that, oh shit, this woman may kill me. Is she gonna stop? And anybody in the chat would tell you that the only reason that the mom stops is because she actually got tired. She's out of breath, beating her daughter. When she gets to the point where she just gets tired of beating her, and that's the reason why she stops. This is the reason why so many women are masculine, because it's gotten beat into them. And just like Trigger Mike said, it's because these women don't have fathers, and the woman feels compelled, in order to get this woman in line, she has to beat her like a slave in order to get her to do something that she wants her to do. And part of it is the resentment that she has for the fact that either she wanted a boy and not a girl, or the resentment she has because her daddy ain't around. Or, you know, her man left her with this little big head ass little girl that she subconsciously didn't even want. That's the actual problem.
All right. Rio, you want to go ahead and finish us off? Dad, you have something to say? Okay. All right, go ahead, Rio, finish us off.
When I think about masculine energy from women, I also think about how they operate in situations when they're not having their way or when they feel wronged. For women in the chat who either are single or having trouble with relationships, if you're coaching your friends who are in relationships to retaliate or create repercussions in their own relationships with the person who they are partnered with, you're doing them a huge disservice, right? Because there's not going to be any longevity with that. It's not just women who scream and holler and kick and all. It's also women who walk around and create a miserable environment in passive aggressive ways, you know, and some master that. So even to Mr. Letko's point, not all of these women were physically abused. Some of them were emotionally abused. You know what I mean? And they know how to create such an environment if things don't go their way. And so we got to figure out, I think, as, you know, men and women, how to be on the same team, even when we disagree, even when things aren't going our way. Because once we start, you know, puffing out our chest, well, men, we naturally do that. Women, it's almost natural for some of y'all now. But then you still want the affection, the coddling, the, you know, the delicate, you know, care at the same time. You know what I mean? And that can be problematic. You know, if you want us to see you in your femininity at all times, then you got to remain in it. Right? It can't be, oh, I'm going to be this way when you piss me off, and I'm going to make life hard for you. You know, but we better get into bed later on, and you better hold me, you know, and treat me, you know, with care, as if I'm not doing things around here to make things extremely hard, uncomfortable, or hurtful for you until I get my way. You know what I mean? Once that battle ensues, then you got to live with what you're creating. You know, if you want to fight against a man in your own way, well, he's going to do what he naturally does. We are literally bred to be able to defend ourselves, so to speak, and to protect you. But then you step outside of that protection and buck against us when we are not pleasing you, or when we do things that make you uncomfortable or things that hurt you. Well, that's the wrong way to go about it. You're not going to beat me into submission. Ideally, if you pick a man, he's too tough for that. So you're going to out tough me. But then you want me to treat you like a woman. It doesn't work. So there's a lot involved in this masculine energy. Many women are doing it. I mean, even say many Black women are doing it. That shit, I'm telling you, it's for the birds. It's a reason why it's not working. But you do it anyway. Then you advise your friends. That's how they should handle it. So you can talk them into being single like you. Stop. That's all I got on it.
All right. I appreciate that. If you guys just tuning in, welcome to King Talks. Make sure we get the likes up. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Shout out to the sponsor, Teach Handling. Make sure you guys fill the Teach. 30% off along with a free gift. That link is in the description. That's how you get your discount and your free gift. Now it's time to get to the main topic, the meat. And we know the ladies like the meat. So let's go ahead and get into this conversation. We're going to talk about the Takeoff incident, and we're going to break it apart and seeing what we learned from it and how we can apply it to our life. I first want to start off by just highlighting what happened, what we know now. We know that Takeoff was murdered from a stray bullet. That's what the story is. According to TMZ and everything else that's broke, it was a party, and after the party, it was outside a bowling alley. Quavo was having a conversation with some gentlemen, and a little argument happened, and Quavo proceeded to kind of walk away, say he went with the shits. Somebody pulled a gun out, shot. It appeared to be 10 rounds shot off from 2 different guns, is what it sounded like, and Takeoff was unfortunately murdered at that point. So that's just to kind of sum it up a little bit without reading every single word. I want to start off by asking you guys this, because I'm pretty sure we all woke up to the same news and was in disbelief yet again. So what was your first reaction to hearing Takeoff dead at 28? Let's just get like a couple minutes at the max to just go around and just set the tone as far as you guys' immediate thoughts.
Dumbass rapper doing
I wasn't in
dumbass
disbelief.
rapper shit. I wasn't in disbelief either. It's dumbass rapper doing dumbass rapper shit. Dumbass niggas.
I wasn't in disbelief because
Consider it a little bit. Let's be
what I kind of expect.
The first thing I thought was, oh, here we come with this bullshit. Everybody about to be talking about this nigga. That's what I thought when I first heard about it. To be honest with you, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
All right.
I hate that it was Takeoff.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and chime in real quick. I mean, to me, and unfortunately, when it's a celebrity, it's always highlighted. But I still think about the various people that we hear about shot in Chicago and across the world. Like it's shootings happening every day. It's just because their celebrity has been put on this mainstream platform. That's my thoughts. But go ahead.
Yeah, man. First of all, I want to send my condolences out to his family and all those that's affected by it. And at the end of the day, like I agree with you, because he's a celebrity. That's the reason why it's being popularized, because it's happening every day in Chicago, New York, everywhere. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. So, but it is a tragic, and because they are celebrities, it could be you able to take from it, because we all know learning and more evidence coming from the situation. Really, man, we have to. The more Jigga said the best, man. He said, people see you in the streets and they appear to be friendly, but I know any type of success breeds envy. The more successful that you become, you have to be careful. Not put yourself in it. You can't move the same way. You know, what he said, broke niggas, they don't want your paper, dog. They just want to kill you. For the dumbest things, man. And it's just a sad situation. And I do think that we need to highlight not just the Takeoff situation, but any the gun violence that we do to ourselves. You know what I mean? With that the same way how we talk about everything else, you know, we got to take on that responsibilities. And I think the root of that is when a father is really not in the home, man, we have to get back into being men and doing what we need to do to lead. Because these young boys out here, man, they don't see no hope in themselves. And as I reflect to when I was younger, you know,
Hey, Ali, go ahead and land that plane.
I was about to say the same thing, bro. I was about to say the same. Come on,
right,
man.
Go ahead.
Oh, no. I was saying just go ahead and land it. That's all.
No, I'll wait. Go ahead.
All right.
The first thing I thought was, here we go again. And not knowing everything that was behind it was like, why are we putting ourselves in these type of situations? I mean, that's when I heard the initial situation of him being murdered. But then it was like, okay, well, he wasn't even doing anything. It was the people around him. And then it just brought forth to think about who is the company that I'm keeping. Am I putting myself, or am I teaching my kids to put themselves in a or trying to get them out of a situation, or not putting themselves in a situation that could possibly lead them to this way? But then it's like he wasn't doing anything. So that's what I thought.
It's ironic that the last time I was on this show, we were talking about the same topic, PNB Rock, shot dead. And I'm gonna echo the same sentiments I echoed at that time. So I agree, somewhat with what everyone said. The first thought I had was, looking at the scenario, reading deeper into it. What are you doing there? That's really it. What are you doing there as a millionaire, shooting dice with a bunch of dudes, some you don't know, in a city you're not from? All right. What are you doing there? This is time to put childish things away. See, it's the culture around the music that they're trying to maintain. There's no way. You think Elon Musk, you think they could invite him there and he'd be like, yeah, I'm coming through? No. They have a bunch of rich friends, rich people they know. I mean, we're not even talking about the ignorance of everybody that was standing there. Did y'all see Shakur Stevenson standing right next to him? The up and coming boxer. You could have caught a straight bullet. You just now getting your stripes. What are you doing there? That's the question I asked immediately. You don't have to put up appearances for the hood. That's what they're trying to do. You want to go to a birthday party, you got to see how the big dogs do it. You ain't gonna catch Jay-Z out there. In fact, I don't think we've seen Jay-Z at a party unless he's throwing it. All right, so they got to move with a little bit better discernment, be a lot more careful. All right, everybody can plot on you when it comes to this type of stuff. So Cassidy said it, keep your friends at a distance and your enemies close, because them folk you call friends tend to envy the most. The other thought that I had was that for someone do you see the lack of restraint shown by people? That is pure hatred, right? To have a little bit of discourse going on and you thought to shoot. That's real jealousy, real envy. I don't want to talk. I don't want to play this out logically, I want to get something over on you. That's the pure hatred that comes out when you make yourself available to it. All right. What I'm going to tell my son, what I've been telling my brother, the best defense is no be there. Nothing can happen to you if you're not present for it to happen. And that's all I got.
Go ahead, Trill.
my first thoughts is that could have been any one of us. Fact of the matter is Quavo is his uncle, and I done been out with my family. I done been out with my boys, and I mean, it's real easy to sit on the stage, man, and say what shoulda coulda happened or whatever. But fact is, this dude is 28 years old, out there with his family, out there with dudes he done been with 100 times over. And things happen. Like I said, Quavo was the one arguing. Takeoff is not even a gambler. He don't shoot dice. He don't do none of that. All he do is rap and smoke his weed or whatever. Like, he's just a cool, laid back type of dude. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's real easy to just be caught up in shit that wasn't the intention. Even if you look at like the most recent shootings, it happened doing the most regular things. Like, he got shot at a bowling alley. P&B Rock got shot at a restaurant. Like, these are things that people do regularly, right? Like, it's plenty of times where I done been out in Houston and we had a bowling alley party or something, or we had leaving out of camp at 2:00 or something like that. These are things that you should be able to do, right? But just because he got hit, now it's like, okay, well, the rap music and this, that, and the third. Yeah, but it was 20, 30 other people out there. Any one of them could have got hit. So, again, it's just a matter of wrong place, wrong time. If y'all ever been to camp, which I know JR have, after you get you get done partying, a lot of times you got to go wait on your Uber. So you standing right there in the front of the door. It ain't like, okay, I could just get my keys and go drive on to the crib. And where they was at downtown is very similar. In Houston, you can't just walk down to your whip right there downstairs. You got to go to the garage. You might be done caught an Uber there. You might be done had a professional driver, whatever. You waiting on his ass to come around the corner or whatever. And those type of things can happen because you seen just how quickly that shit escalated from nothing. And I done been in a lot of situations where fights done happen, shootings done happen, and it's typically more of an indication than that was. They arguing about basketball. And Quavo was like, look, man, all right, gang, I'm arguing with y'all niggas, man. I ain't got time for this, man. I'm about to go. And what happened was Quavo tried to walk off, and one of the dudes grabbed him. So Quavo pushes him off of him, and then they get into a scuffle. And then, again, somebody from Quavo and them crew pulled out a pistol and started shooting. But he ended up, he didn't get it all the way up or whatever. So that first shot hit Takeoff in the back of the head. He dropped on the first shot. And then the other people fired back. So again, it's certain shit. It's just like, that could have been any one of us. That's his uncle. O is my cousin if y'all watch Crew Season. So if O is out there at 2:00, I'm not about to leave bro out there. I'm going, hey bro, let's go or whatever. He's all right, bro. I'm about to wrap up. Just all right. Well, I'm gonna stay there and wait on bro. But something like that could easily happen just at the drop of a dime. Like, you be dancing with a nigga girlfriend or something like that. You may not even know it's an issue. And he been drinking, feeling a certain way, whatever, and it may turn into that. Cause that's how I got shot at before. Just over somebody's girl that we didn't even know was his girl. So I don't know, man. My thoughts is that, that could have happened to any one of us. It's just sad because a lot of times it's never the person that's actually in the altercation that get hurt. It's always the people that's around it or the people that's standing around. But man, that shit hurt me, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't took nothing that heavy as far as a stranger passing since Nipsey passed.
Sure, I got a question.
Sure.
I got a question. You gonna have that same energy with your folks if you had the option to get the hell up out of there if the person your folks was arguing with was Jay Prince's son? Because we gotta put context in this shit. This is dumb nigga shit. They know each other. They all knew everybody. He knew exactly what he was. Everybody knew what Jay Prince and Jay Prince's son be doing. Everybody. See, when we put context to this shit, you'll see how dumb these niggas is. Rappers look to hang around dumb niggas in order to prove that they can hang around dumb niggas without dying. 21 Savage. I randomly heard some shit on YouTube. They was in a clubhouse room. You know how they post clubhouse room. This dumb nigga sitting around talking about, oh shit, everywhere I go, I got killers with me. Why is your dumb ass traveling around with killers, you idiot? These niggas are stupid. When you have money, when you're a millionaire, regardless of who you are, well, unless you're stupid, of course, you have gated communities that you party at. You don't go no fucking bowling alley shooting dice in the goddamn corner. No, rich niggas do rich nigga shit. Dumb niggas do dumb nigga shit. You can't be a rapper and go hang out with as much shit is going on in Atlanta. Your dumb ass dare to go to Houston and hang out with Jay Prince, son? Are you fucking crazy? So the person that grabbed him matters. You don't walk away from certain niggas, Trill. So the thing he did wrong, along with being in there, you don't walk away from certain niggas. You don't pull away from certain niggas. So when he pulled away, that was the trigger. So, yeah, I have a problem with Quavo because his dumb ass just wants to be in the middle of shit. Takeoff don't want to do none of this shit, but he got to be there for his folks, just like you said. But guess who wasn't there? Guess who wasn't? Guess who was at home with their wife looking at Netflix? So no, you leave these dumb niggas to themselves. And if they want to go out and be with other dumb niggas, they just gonna die. Oh well. I'm not hanging with no uncle, cousin, son, nephew in no goddamn bowling alley around Jay Prince's son ever in life. Your ass gonna be out there by yourself. No way in hell. These niggas is dumb. And I'm sick of this shit.
Man, but see, I think we gotta, again, put that in context. Because if you've been in Houston or you familiar with Houston, like other cities got check-in policies. As Detroit got check-ins, LA got check-ins. It's a lot of places that got check-ins, right? So Quavo and them got a long-standing relationship with them. So when they come out here, it's not necessarily I want to hang around with them. It's that I'm getting the protection at the same time. And typically is went that way up until now. Like I said, they got into an argument or whatever the case may be, but they was cool for years before that. And you gotta understand, like, Quavo came there with Jazz Prince. So, him and Jay Prince Jr. was cool or whatever. And again, that wasn't Jay Prince Jr. that grabbed him. It was somebody in the entourage. Again, it's always somebody that's trying to prove themselves.
Yeah, I'm not saying
stick their chest out or whatever the case may be. But I think like a lot of them come to the city and check in with reputable people for protection, because we've seen the result of not doing that. You look at a PNB Rock, you look at a, whoever. We can go down the line of people that got caught lacking dolo and then got ran down on, robbed, shot, whatever the case may be. So I think when people do that, it's for protection, because I know if I'm riding around with Jay Prince under normal circumstances, especially in this city, typically we good. I can do whatever I want to do and nobody's going to do anything, because everybody know the consequences that's going to come behind playing with Jay Prince or anybody associated with Jay Prince. But I think, again, this situation was kind of a fluke type of thing, because again, they have a long-standing relationship, and who knew that we gonna be at the bowling alley together? We've been partying together all night. We done got a little too drunk, somebody get into an argument, and then it escalate to this. Like I said, even the argument on camera wasn't indicative of, oh shit, they about to, because like I said, man, we from that environment, like we all know, we all can tell, okay, this shit escalating, it's time to go. You done been around it enough. You could tell the body language, niggas bulking up, people getting too loud. But none of that happened. They literally having a basketball argument. And it's just like, and then 2 seconds later, 10 shots go off. That's just some shit that you just cannot calculate or factor in. And again, you with somebody that's in this city that's right that you gonna ride around with like the president. If we're gonna be honest, again, if you're familiar with Houston, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They move everywhere like a motherfucking presidential campaign. Anybody get out of line with any of them, and I done seen people try, and it don't go well. Let's just say that. So if you have that type of relationship, which is why Drake can walk around this city however he want to, or move around the city however he want to, you know what I'm saying? Because he typically has them with him. So I think we have to establish that context to the connection. We can't just write this off as just a regular, rapper just out just doing stupid shit and somebody die. I think this is a little different, and this is a little weird. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like that part has to be spoken on. That's all I'm saying.
But it goes to the point of having to check in. Pop singers don't check in. Actors don't check in. Some comedians do have to check in. But at the end of the day, once you become a millionaire, and I know you're signed to a contract, you got to do tours, you got to do what you got to do. So in certain situations, you actually do have to check in order to get that type of protection. But when you go into a city, you gotta do what you gotta do. But it's 2:30 in the fucking morning, man. The fuck is you doing, man? Like at some point, you gotta look at the fact that you're a fucking millionaire. Like, I don't have to be out here this late. I'm finna go home. I'm finna go to my hotel. I'm finna leave. I'm finna do something, So my whole way of looking at this is, it's just certain people you just don't pull away from. You don't get into no argument with a certain group of people and be like, yo, we're finna go. Fuck you mean you finna go? What that mean? That might mean something. Oh, you finna go do something? What you mean we finna go? Where you finna go? You don't pull away from certain people because I'm finna go. Yo, man, fuck this shit. We finna go. That could mean that you finna come back and do some shit. Go to your car or something. You just don't pull away from certain niggas. But at the same time, you don't be around certain niggas that late at night. I understand you got to check in. I get it. You got to make your money as a rapper. You can't get away from it. The niggas you signed to, they connected. Everybody, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, man, you can't just hang with these dudes like y'all cool. I don't give a, man, this is gangster shit.
Let me get Ricky in there. Go ahead, Ricky.
Let's just say what it is, man. Y'all got to understand, bro. When you get to a certain level, you can't bring them people with you. It's just what it is, right? If you want to elevate them, look, the truth of the matter is, in your very life, I bet you can't none of y'all disagree with this one. Y'all gonna try, but you can't. In your very life, for you to get past the traumas and the stuff that you went through, that you was little, the stuff that was holding you back, you had to let some people go. You had to drop them off wherever you left them at. Right? Because no matter what you say, this is like a crackhead, bro. You in there, you going through recovery, you did your 12 steps and all that stuff. And what's the first thing they tell you? Don't hang around with them same people. Because they're going to pull you back down into it. It's no different. Right? But the thing is, people feel they can't be touched. And I tell y'all all the time, everybody can be touched. Everybody. Right? You got to just make, you ain't got nothing to lose, huh? Y'all out here getting dough. I mean, that's what everybody keeps saying. The mission is dough. Everybody get dough. Dough. Chase your purpose. Your purpose is dough. Da da da. Y'all ain't got nothing to lose, huh? You play stupid games, you're gonna get stupid prizes. I don't know what y'all don't think. Especially when it comes to some street shit. Especially when it comes to some hood nigga shit, bro. Name me one guy who escaped it without dropping everybody off. Right? Jeezy tell y'all his kids in private school. He ain't hanging around that bullshit. But like I said, y'all keep buying that shit though. Y'all keep buying it. Y'all love it. Some of the worst CDs I heard is Migos CDs, and y'all keep buying them shits. This is what y'all like. And I keep telling y'all what y'all need, y'all don't want. What y'all need, y'all do not want, bruh. What y'all think was gonna happen eventually? What y'all think? Nigga, you a millionaire. Y'all should have got your ass on a private jet and went to Vegas, got y'all a private table, and wrote. That's where you supposed to be rolling at. You can't keep doing this, bruh. Y'all can't keep doing this. You can't expect to elevate your life holding on to the same people and doing the same old things you used to do. That's not how it worked. Right? Now, a mother has lost a son, a father has lost a child, a brother has lost a brother, a cousin has lost a cousin. Right? But like I said, I can't give this man no more love than I would give anybody else, bruh. Because he had a way out. He made it. The American dream, you beat the game, but you wanted to stay on the board. I do not reward ignorant shit. Give me $1 million.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know what happened to Ricky.
Yeah, I think he might have lost connection. Let me see if I can bring him back.
I got it.
He asked for $1 million. That's why he got
right.
Give me $1 million, nigga.
The truth is, you continue to lay down with pigs, bro. You gonna get dirty, bro. Let them people go, bro. If they not willing to elevate and get to where you at, bro, let them people go. They not for you. They not for you. That's just the facts of the matter, bro. Again, my condolences to that man's family, bro. But you can't be one for y'all seen John Wick, right? You back, John? You back?
Hold on, Shan, before you go, I do want to introduce the next point that I want to get to in regards to this, and that's looking at the Takeoff incident and the understanding of the importance of understanding situational awareness. So I think this is important, and we kind of broke this down a little bit because some of the guys on the panel said that Quavo and Takeoff should have never been there in the first place. That's something that we can relate to situational awareness. So I want to kind of break that down, discuss how to peep scene. If you become a millionaire, you should move a little bit different. You shouldn't go back to the hood in certain cases, because even though you think the hood love you, there are some guys in the hood that don't love you, and they will take your ass out. I do want to understand, when it comes to situational awareness, of understanding how ego plays into it as well. Because even in the moment right there, could Quavo have responded any differently? And it's not saying, and I get it, it was somebody from his entourage, possibly, that may had pulled out a pistol first. But think about being in that situation and Quavo responded that way, and then somebody else from the other side would have probably done the same thing. So let's just talk about situational awareness and the importance of it. As millionaires, and even if you're not a millionaire, I still think it's important for us as men to kind of peep the situations that we put ourselves into.
So when you okay, so situational awareness is super important for those that don't necessarily have the means to pay for somebody to have the situational awareness for you. So as Trill explained, one of the homies pulled out a gun, didn't raise it up high enough, shot him in the back of the head. This is hood shit. For all I know, the gun was turned sideways and shit. The shit we see in the movies, right? You are supposed to, and they're told this, they just don't do it. This is why Ricky is frustrated. This is why Mr. Let Go is frustrated, because you're given the class. Like you're given the millionaire class, right? Motherfuckers come into your life and they sit down and they talk to you and they say, this is what you need to do. Now, whether you decide to do that is on you. Nobody can force you, but you're giving the motherfucking class. And so, and you're giving the price it takes. It's $500,000 a year to get proper security. But motherfuckers is like, well, I got little baby Do-Rock, and then I got my boy who got a CDL, and fuck it, I'm gonna just use them because they roll with me and they've been with me since day one. Instead of going to get fucking Brad, who's gonna charge you, Brad and his team over at Beverly Hills Executive Security Services, BESS, as we call it out here in LA. And BESS is gonna say, listen, the tab is $500,000 a year, but you'll be okay. You won't have to worry about situational awareness because we are. Have fun. Have fun. But I need to know your itinerary and where you're moving. Where you going? You going where? Okay, well, let me check it out. I'm gonna send a point over there first to check out the spot, look at the exits, make sure we're all good. And then if that's cool, then cool. If not, you're not going there tonight. But when you hire, Ray Ray to be your security guard, who's gone, all he ever does is go to the range. He don't know nothing. He doesn't understand anything about tactical fucking, awareness, situational awareness, proper weapon etiquette. He knows none of that stuff. All he knows is to go to the gun and make sure he hits the target in the center and make sure his shot, his shot group is tight as best he can get it. But he don't know anything else about that. Then you know what happens? Somebody accidentally gets shot in the head because they're doing what they saw in the fucking movies. So situational awareness, and I'll wrap it up. Situational awareness is when you got somebody who can't necessarily spend $500,000 a year in proper security, then yeah, you got to know where the fuck you going. Where's the exits? Who's wearing what and what kind of people are here and what city am I in? And when we pull it and depending on the city, how far space do I leave in the car? Like when I grew up, man, we used to, because it was a lot of carjacking in the 80s and 90s. And so we had Daytons on our cars. I had lowriders. So we had to drive a certain way. No, you couldn't be too close to the car in front of you when we was on Crenshaw on Sunday. We had to make sure we had our follow car 2 cars behind to the right. We had all these different things that we had to learn because I didn't have the money to have a motherfucker prepare me for that. So we had to learn it. We did hood security to make sure that we didn't get carjacked or make sure that some other rival gang didn't come and do a mission on us. But when you are a multimillionaire, when you're worth $25 million, which is what I think Takeoff is worth, and their songs were super hits. They had, in fact, I remember Offset's father speaking once. He did it. Somebody interviewed Offset's dad, and he was saying, "What I don't like about this rap game is that these guys have so much money. They got money. They got checks that just come in, and they just got the checks just." $200,000, $500,000, $1.2 million, $80,000. They just all week long checks are just coming in. They don't have any discipline with that money. That's what the father was saying. So Offset had all this Migos money. I'm talking from super hits that's still paying high dividends today. And he just dropped his new album or song or something yesterday, the day he got killed. Bruh, spend the money so you don't have to have a homie accidentally shoot the other homie in the back of the head. And you won't have to worry about situational awareness because Beverly Hills Executive Security Services will do it for you.
The problem with this, I agree with Trill. As a rapper, you're a slave to 2 different groups. To the white folks and to the streets. When you start off in the streets, you cannot leave the streets. So when you check in certain situations, you can't leave. If Jay Prince or whoever wants you like, yo, let's go over here, you just can't say, nah, I ain't going. Because just like Trill said, they are your security. And the biggest problem with young black dudes, and the reason why I say they're stupid, just like what I said what Shan was just saying, we refuse to get white security. You get white security, everything changes. Because black men are afraid of white people, period. Regardless of what y'all want to say. You go get 4 white security guards, ain't nobody fucking with you. Jay, none of them niggas fucking with you. Because you look like the police. Just like the whole Tekashi 6ix9ine shit. Tekashi 6ix9ine is running around doing what the fuck. Why? Because he had white security. So when you go get white security, just like when Shan said, you good. But the problem is niggas don't want to get white security because they still want to be down. They still want to be close to the streets. And at the same time, there may be certain rules within their gang affiliation where you can't get white security because a lot of these dudes, they in gangs. They grew up in the streets and they kind of got to be loyal to the streets. And if you turn your back on the streets, you lose every fucking thing. So to be honest with you, there's a possibility that they didn't have a choice but to be there because just the way shit is, the way the streets run, you just can't go. And that's the reason why I say you don't pull away from certain niggas. You ask to get off to leave the table. You don't just leave the table. You ask, can I be excused? Especially when you're in somebody else's city. You don't just walk away and say, man, fuck this shit. Where you going? So,
shout out to the white security. Go ahead. Who was that talking?
Me. So as somebody who teaches, I guess, situational awareness for a living, my business, I have a firearms training business, in the Houston area. Anybody want to learn how to do this? Check me out, heatdefensive.com. But situational, you actually, JR, you mentioned the 2 things. So when I gave y'all a little bit of it, when I start my class, my modern gunslinger pistol class, I let people know the best defense is not to be there at all. That's the best defense. But if you have to go somewhere, naturally, we go out, we go into different situations. You mentioned the 2 words, ego is the death of situational awareness. That's usually what impedes people's ability to be aware in situations. So it actually has a lot to do with it. Situational awareness starts from your house. It starts from where you leave a protected area. All right. So anybody that knows me knows I'm extremely tactical and I'm extremely strategic. Anything that's within my control, I control. Anything like, is there available parking that's out of my control? I find a way to control it. Okay. Trill was talking about camp. All right. Camp, that whole area just makes Westheimer like a zoo. I don't like being in a zoo because I don't carry enough bullets to shoot everybody. All right. So I park at the Walmart on Dunvale and I Uber. You see, anything I can control, anything that's out of my control, I control. That is what people need to do with their situational awareness. And as we're talking about these millionaires and security, that is absolutely what they need to do. When you have proper people around you, they will tell you where not to be. This area we cannot control. I understand you got to do what you got to do, but these people can come. They are vetted, but they cannot. Anybody that wants to see you, this is where we're going to do it. And they have to move tactically and strategically in that way. People say it all the time. Black men protect themselves at all times. That is how you protect yourself from ignorance. Anything outside of your control, you don't mess with it. You control the situation at all times, whether it's parking, whether it's going to like the Astros stadium is, it's East downtown. And I usually got to park deep, like, TSU area where I'm definitely getting robbed if the game go out too late. All right. So I'll pick another Walmart or some well-lit area to park and I'll Uber myself in. Always think about these ways to keep yourself safe. All right. Because if you're out here lollygagging or using your ego, as JR said, acting like nobody can touch you, that actually shows up on you. People who think they can't be touched walk to their car in a underlit area like nobody gonna touch them. And you the exact one. that's going to get robbed. All right, so that's all I got.
Yeah, I think, man, like I don't disagree with nothing y'all saying. I think especially if you're moving around and you in unfamiliar territory and it's just you and your boys and y'all just maybe taking a quick step out to go do something or whatever the case may be, then you should definitely have security with you if you can afford it. My only thing about this issue is that I feel like the equivalent to that would be, let's say that me and a couple of the boys from the crew go to Atlanta, right? We tap in with Let Go. Let Go, I'm sure got his own, it's his boys that he move around with, whatever. And we said, look, man, let's go hit the hookah spot right quick. It could be some light, not the most lit hookah spot in the city or nothing like that or whatever. Now, even in that situation, y'all right, we should have a security guard, maybe a 2 or whatever, if we got money, that is. And we just at the hookah spot, just kicking it or whatever. And, security is guarding the perimeter and they making the checks and they looking around the hookah spot, making sure I got somebody by the door, somebody over here, whatever the case may be. But they are pretty limited if my crew and Mr. Let Go crew get into it in the middle of the section. It's like, wait a minute, this is some shit that we didn't, wait, what? And then, like I said, get into a little argument, and they may come over there and see what the argument is about, right? And they come and say, "Oh, y'all arguing about y'all was playing basketball earlier." Oh shit, y'all go ahead, man. Ain't worry about that. They'll probably separate, motherfuckers keep it going, whatever, and go back to their post. But in that video was 42 seconds, and Quavo walked off probably around maybe 15 seconds left in the video, some shit like that. So let's just say that my boys and Mr. Lego boys, we in the section and we got 2 security guards with us. One, standing outside the section, one guarding the door, whatever. We get into a little altercation. That's 15 seconds to where either one of us could pull a gun out, either one of us could hit the other with a bottle, either one of us could stab motherfucker. And there's nothing that security is going to be able to do because, for one, he's not factoring in our crew that we came to this motherfucker with getting into an altercation. Now he's prepared for any outsiders, sure. So that's why I say that situation is weird, because it typically doesn't happen that way. It'll typically be like, okay, we all out at the hookah spot, and it's some niggas that may not like the fact that we didn't order 4 bottles, or don't like the fact that we got all the girls in our section, right? But it's a threat that you can kind of be aware of. It's like, okay, I see them niggas over there ice grilling, them niggas hating a little bit. Hey man, watch them. Or even you tapping your boys, hey bro, watch them. Whatever. It's a little heat coming from over there. You know what I'm saying? So it's easier to kind of protect yourself in that situation. But this situation was just weird. But in regard to where the crew is fighting like the like against each other, that's just some weird, like that shit just don't happen. So that's what I'm saying. Like, and then for Quavo and them crew, even though Quavo was walking off to be the one that fired the first shot in this thing, it's just like all of that shit was. I don't know, man. I've been looking at it all day, and I've been looking at videos and just reading accounts of what happened, people that was there, whatever. And they was even like, yeah, I never thought that gunshots would happen in that situation, because, like I said, if you from the hood, you know the vibe when the vibe is turning. We could all be in the spot having a great time. We drinking, we laughing, whatever. And you can kind of feel it. You can hit like somebody in the distance. You don't even got to look over there to see it. Wait, somebody done got a little too loud. Wait a minute, furniture done moved a little bit. Somebody standing up. Let me look over there, make sure that ain't none of my boys over there. Okay, ain't none of us over there. All right, man, it's time to go. Let's go. But if it is one of my boys over there, I'm going over there to back him up. And in the process of me going over there, and I would think that everybody on this panel and everybody in this chat would do the same thing if, again, that's my uncle over there arguing, or my cousin, or my brother over there arguing, I'm going to go see what the fuck is going on. But in the process of me going to go see that, shots rang out. So it's like, in that case, it's like you kind of defenseless, even if you got security with you. Let's just keep it real here. Hold on.
Trill, real quick.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Because I got to get this out. We talk about security like security is superhuman. I done been in the club, shots rang out. Security is the first nigga on the floor. He getting paid $50 an hour, $75 an hour to be there. Or even if you get the high class niggas, they say they're getting $200 an hour. When shots go off, the instinct is not to assess the situation and protect my target. Niggas is ducking to protect themselves. So you could have security with you and still die. So, you know, and again, not validating them being out there late, because again, if it's me in that situation, I'd have been up out of there. Bowling alley closed at 2. I'd probably left by 1:30, 1:20. Hey man, y'all boys be safe, man. I'm going. I got something set up at the hotel, man. I'll catch up with y'all. Right. So that part, I would not defend that. But as far as the situation and how it happened and how fast it happened, that's what I meant when I said that shit can happen to any one of us. They had a bowling alley. They not in Fifth Ward on the block. They're not in Third Ward over there by off Scott and motherfucking McGregor over there. Like they ain't, or Sunnyside or somewhere like that. They not in a back block somewhere shooting dice. They downtown Houston. Downtown. And that happens. So it's like, you know, again, that's why I say I'm just not so quick to say, oh, that's just dumb nigga shit, man. That's just crazy, man. That shit shouldn't be happening, because again, it'll be plenty nights to where you will be out and you may just be off guard that night. Because fact is, we human. Every time we move around, we ain't super diligent. And hey, watch the door, watch this, especially if you got your boys with you. Y'all may just be hitting the club, just having a good time, vibing. Hey, man, the club. All right, man, let's get up out of here. Just like I said in the camp example, and Trigger Mike spoke to it. He said it's a lot of motherfuckers out there waiting on Uber. It's literally 100 people in that parking lot waiting on Uber. You could have got into it with a nigga in the club. Y'all have no choice but to run into each other in that space, waiting on an Uber or waiting on them to go get your valet or whatever the case may be. And just say his car, get there for yours. You asked out. He got to his pistol. He shot at the crowd and you died. Like it can happen to any one of us. So that's all I'm saying.
Trill, he's not. What I wanted to say is but that's why I separated. He's an A-list celebrity. There's a difference between security and a bodyguard. A bodyguard is not going to let you get into an argument, even with your homies. They don't do that. They are with you. They're not watching perimeter. I mean, that's where you get like a security team. But when you got somebody that is with you, he's not checking the security. He's not way down. He's not at the exit. He's next to you and he's looking around everywhere. And the moment that he knows that you're getting ready to get fucking upset, and he removes you from a situation, so nobody's even close enough to push you or bump you or whatever they did to Quavo. That's what happens. That's how it works. And that's why it's so expensive. It's not the $50 an hour niggas from the fucking nightclub or at the strip club. It's not them niggas. I get them niggas is gonna duck if not run. I'm talking about a bodyguard. I'm talking about high level security where they don't duck and they remove their clients from situations. They de-escalate the shit because they see it coming before your client does. They know when he's drank too much. They know when he smoked too much. And the way the contracts work, you don't oftentimes have a choice, especially if you're insured. Because people insure themselves, and insurance companies work with the security companies, and no, you don't have a choice but to come this motherfucking way. But niggas don't want to pay that kind of money because they don't think they need it, because they got do-rock that they grew up with and think that that's going to be good enough. So I'm talking when I say, when I get what you're saying, you look, man, you don't know what can happen. Look, it's my boy and me and my crew and my homie and his crew, and we in there shooting dice, and we talk about the game and the whole nine, and our security is watching the area to make sure paparazzi don't come and groupies and shit don't come up, or some hater from the internet didn't find out where we were and try to come. I get all of that. No, but I'm talking about the dude that's watching Trill, because Trill is the motherfucking is the celebrity. The other 3 niggas or 4 niggas in the crew ain't on the album. He's just the homies and the cousins and shit. But Trill is the superstar. There's a motherfucker that's assigned to Trill. And ain't nobody touching Trill.
Hold on, Shan. You see what happened? The bodyguard, LeBron's son, was in a basketball game. Someone yelled gun. Pew! Out. They're not going to stick around. Let them watch it. Grab the golden goose. We're all screwed if something happened to that boy. Get him out the premise, off the premises. That's what you're talking about. That's a bodyguard right there.
And so, and when you got the money to pay for that, see, because everybody at the bowling alley ain't got $25 million in the bank. Half them motherfuckers is broke and just want to be around and get an Instagram photo so they can get some pussy on the back end. But when I get it, these are my niggas. You know, we out here with the homies and whatnot. But dog, when you are a certain person, break bread. When you get to a certain level of net worth, you got to cut a check to make sure that your 9 to the front and 6 to the rear is protected. Your personal space is protected. Ain't nobody bumping you and jumping you and doing it. That's not happening. But niggas didn't do that. So I just want to differentiate the difference between, mall cops and
tax write-off.
mall cops and fucking and Trigger Mike security and shit.
Go ahead, Rick. You're trying to get in.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat and they saying it was an industry event. That's even worse. Like, this just proves my point. That means y'all know who's there, right? If it's your family, it's your homies. Why they packing, bro?
Yeah, they shouldn't be packing.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you gotta drop these people off, bro. A lot of these people, it ain't even the point that they out to do dirty, bro. They just don't move right. They just don't move right. You know what I'm saying? And the truth of the matter is, if we being honest on the situation, right? The dude, whoever started the shit, they was emotional about a basketball game. Drop them people off, bro. If they can't elevate their mind state, bro, to get to the point where you at, bro, drop them off, bro. They gonna always pull you down. It's just what it is, bro. I don't know why people look, man. Everybody talk about tolerance and chances and stuff like that, bro. Y'all need to start believing people when they show y'all who they are, God. You got to start believing people when they show you who you are, because stuff like this happen. Now, Trill, I hear what you saying, right? On some everyday shit. Hey, you see what I'm saying? We all know, we all been there. You know what I'm saying? But especially at this point, if we getting information that it was a controlled environment, that it was crew, stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? Somebody was out of pocket. Somebody didn't perform right. Somebody didn't move right, no matter what y'all say. So again, you gotta get away from those type of people, bro, because if you don't pay now, you're gonna pay later. It's just the way it works. I don't care if they're your family, your friends, they could be your day one from the sandbox, bro. But if their mentality is shot, you ain't gonna never be able to save them. They gotta save themselves.
I did want to say this too, as an example for what Shannon said. In our first Houston event, we had an individual that had a bodyguard. He hired one to come, and he did move a little bit differently. I mean, he was making me paranoid because I'm just like, this dude was really acting like he fucking CIA right now. And I'm looking at the individual I'm like, damn, who the fuck did you hire? I'm like, you act like you motherfucking Obama or something. Before anybody came in, he walked up to me and said, I already identified all the X's we got here and here. I had hired security. He telling them what he's done already. He followed him and fuck around. He was annoying me because I felt like he was just doing the most, but that's what he paid for. He was following him around. He was every conversation he was looking, he was right there. So I could see what Shannon talking about. It was a different type of level of security. And I don't know how much he paid for it, but I'm just saying he was right on his ass. He having a conversation, he right there. That's all I got on that.
So I want to add one part of this content.
And he's in the chat right now.
I just want to add one part of this.
The bodyguard or the person that hired him?
Nah, the person that hired him.
Oh, okay.
The one thing that we're kind of forgetting about is the ultimate, the epitome of dumb nigga shit. The dice game. Dumb niggas shoot dice in the goddamn corner of a fucking whatever. Dumb nigga shit. All this stuff. I totally understand what y'all saying. But only dumb niggas shoot dice. Unless you at the Bellagio in Vegas or some shit. Dumb niggas shoot dice in the goddamn corner like dogs. So the same shit that happened to fucking Offset in Atlanta with 4PF. It started a whole problem between him and fucking Lil Baby. Fucking dice game. Dumb nigga shit. Now, the same shit happens over in Houston. Oh, the same shit. A goddamn dice game. Fucking Offset got stripped naked over a fucking dice game. Why? Because niggas get real emotional over dice games. Why? Because niggas is dumb. So, for anybody out here watching, never get into any type of dice game in your life unless you're in Vegas somewhere. Because one thing dumb niggas love doing is shooting some fucking dice. And if you don't like it or they don't like how the outcome ends up, somebody gets shot. You know how many dumb niggas get shot over a dice game? Well, it happened fucking last night. It was the dice game.
And do you know what brings your point all together, Mr. Let Go? You know what they got in Vegas? White security. Just brought the whole point together.
Shout out to white security.
Yeah. I do want to go ahead and bring up this last point. I have some other points, but I'm just going to bring this last one up on this real quick. And it's what Gilly the King said. Gilly King goes off on people sharing graphic video of Takeoff bleeding out. You know, he said the N-word. You know, people are clowns. And one of my guys hit me up late, like this morning. Hey, did you see this, man? I opened up Twitter and I said, I don't even want to see it, man. I don't even want to see it. I don't even watch the news no more. My mother used to watch the news, and I used to watch it, and I was very informed what was going on around Chicago because I would watch the news. But then I started to understand that they only tell you what they want you to know. It's a whole lot more shit that's going on. But I don't want to see that graphic shit. I could call me old. I don't say people do world. I don't even look at World Star no more because it's just too much shit. That I just don't want to see. It's just too fucking graphics, too much. But let's go ahead and play what he said.
Why every time something happened to a rapper or athlete or entertainer or anybody of color, the first thing you niggas do is pull your fucking phones out and start recording and post that shit on the internet, man? You niggas is clowns for that shit, man. Y'all niggas is clowns for that shit, man. The last image a motherfucker want to see is they peoples laying on the ground bleeding the fuck out, man. Niggas be having mamas, kids, grandmamas, uncles, aunties. That's some dumb shit, man. But the first thing y'all niggas do is pull your phone out. Ooh, look at such and such. Man, that shit ain't cool, man. For real, man. You niggas, that nigga just lost his life, and you niggas is trying to get likes. Tell me how that shit add up, man. You niggas, all you blog sites, y'all niggas is out of pocket, man. Y'all niggas be trying to get clickbait. You niggas is suckers, man. That man laying on the ground, he bleeding out, and niggas recording it and posting that shit on the internet, man. Y'all niggas is clowns for that.
When I first heard this, it kind of reminded me of, I think it was an incident with TMZ and Kobe Bryant, right? How TMZ put out the story before the family was even contacted. So that's what this reminded me of. But so often when you see a fight, and I don't know if it just was a Chicago thing, but back in the day when people was about to fight, you just heard like this, what? Is that was that just a Chicago thing? Probably so. Okay, yeah. It was kind of like the call that you know some shit was about to ready to go down. But now we in this age where people will pull out their phones instead of providing help. So I just talk about this shit, man, because it happens all the time. I mean, World Star has created a saying when stuff goes down, people would say World Star. And it was kind of to signify, pull out your phone. This might be one of those moments where you're able to get the views. Let's talk about it.
I'm think split on it. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Trigger. You got it.
So I see the timeline here because as you know, TMZ is basically willing to pay top dollar for anything. And I'm sitting here looking at these videos, like, how the hell did you get these videos? And people are smart now. Even the people that we talking about, that people allow them to be around, right? You allow these people to be around. You think they're just cool, but these people will pull a phone out to be able to capture footage to sell to TMZ. Because sometimes, like, I don't even think about it. Like, how the hell did they get this footage? Somebody sold it to them. So on top of the likes, people are trying to capture footage for money. And I think that's the part where, I mean, I'm gonna just be real with y'all. Somebody, God forbid anything like that happened to my brethren, somebody I really rock with like that. And I could think about the angle of whose phone that was that shot it and then sold it the same day that person I love was deceased. I'm gonna just leave it right there. Like that's betrayal right there.
I do hold on before y'all say. I do want to say this too because, again, we always talk about the negative, and as you was talking, I was thinking about the benefit of how things were solved.
Well, there you go. See, that's
right,
why I'm split.
Right, based off people pulling out their phones.
So I'm split on the phone thing. So I hear what you're saying, Trigger Mike, but let me tell you guys, let me be clear. If I'm ever somewhere and I get shot up, I want everybody to pull out their phones. I want everybody in the vicinity to pull out your high definition 4K video recorder and record every angle, corner, person, face, clothing, purse, shoe, jewelry, car key, footprint, shoes, hair color. I want everything recorded. Now I get it. The reason why I'm split on the fence is because people take that and they want to it's profiteering. Yeah. They turn around and they say, see, Gilly said, you pull out your phone, man, that's some sucker shit. You pull out your phone and then you post it. See, the posted part is where I have a problem. Mm-hmm. But recording it, I don't. There's nothing you can do. If I'm shot, I don't need 17 motherfuckers pulling my body all over the goddamn place trying to get me to. I just need one. I don't need 5,000 motherfuckers trying to call 911. Just get a few people to call 911. The rest of y'all phones record what the fuck is I need every angle because I need the goddamn crime to be solved. And law enforcement relies on this footage to make sure that everybody who was an assailant or a crook or who had no business or did some dirty shit get caught. And I need motherfucker to be caught. A lot, you know, my nephew was murdered in LA summer before last, 2020 during the pandemic. No footage. Unsolved. I wish it was a bunch of people around there with a phone. So I hear what Gilly is saying, and I hear what you're saying, Trigger. I guess I'm a little different. I want all of y'all to pull out your phone. Now, do I want my dead body leaking on fucking Instagram? You know, I think media has no problem putting black folk up there dying. But if white folk, you know, if a white folk or somebody else was to be shot up, that's probably not going to go on the internet. That'd be too, you know, they give you the sensitive material blur. Mm-hmm. But record my shit. But don't be trying to put it out there so you can get clickbait. That's the part that I agree with Gilly on.
Yeah, that was my ultimate point. Just don't film with the intent to post or sell. Like, oh, I got this first for likes. Definitely in the interest of safety, you know, and the standard CPR practice is like, yo, let me help you call 911. Naturally, the phone is a part of that process. So I understand that.
I think it's a slippery slope, man, because like it's damn near contradictory in terms of the outrage that I be seeing online about things like this. And the reason I say it's contradictory is because the same people that'll say, man, I can't believe that y'all would do that, man, they're gonna be the first one to go to Twitter and search for the video to watch it. Like, we have a big problem with that. You know, we speak about violence, man. We got to stop the violence, man. We got to stop doing this. We got to stop doing that. And the fact is that the most consumed content, it's not wholesome things going on in the video. And that's the movies we watch. That's the shows we watch. That's the content that leaks onto the internet that we go see. That same clip that everybody crying about and outraged about, that motherfucker had 1.3 million views in 2 hours. So, again, it's very contradictory behavior. Do I feel like it's tasteless? Sure. But I mean, people are gonna do it. It's a demand for it. And until that demand goes away, people gonna feed it. My uncle used to sell drugs. He used to tell me all the time. I used to ask him, why do you do it? You got enough money to walk away from this shit. Rest in peace, Don. But he used to say, shit, if I ain't doing it, somebody else gonna do it. So why would I leave money out there when I can easily just go get the money that another motherfucker gonna get anyway? It ain't like if I stop doing it that the drugs just gonna stop being sold. And I was like, well, goddamn, you got a point. I can't argue that. This situation is no different. We can say what we want, but the fact is, it's a reason TMZ paying people $100,000, $50,000, $75,000 for this footage, and it's not because people don't want to watch it. So as long as the demand is there, people got to stop crying about people capturing it. If you don't want to see those videos, stop watching them. And I guarantee you people will be less likely to pull that phone out. But the fact is, they're not going to stop watching them. So then people not going to stop recording. That's just what this shit boils down to.
I think the shit is sad, bro. I think most people that do that shit are cowards, bro. And I understand. Now I want to acknowledge the part that Shannon said as far as evidence, right after the fact. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell y'all a story. My daughter, she got stage 4 heart failure, right? And a dude got sideswiped by a truck, and he was on his motorcycle, and the truck basically snapped his neck, right, and rolled over on top of him. The dude was bleeding out. My daughter got out her car and was helping the man, and people pulled out their cameras and recorded it. Right? People look at this recording as a call to action when it's really a call or nothing. Right? We've got many situations where we've seen people killed, whether it's by police or other people, in situations where people sit up there record when nobody want to step in and actually make a difference and make a change and actually try to prevent the situation or minimize the situation from going any further. The little girl they say that recorded George Floyd, they call her a hero. A hero for what? The man's still dead. Multiple people sitting around watching this man die. The dude in New York that got choked out, right? Right? It's crazy, like I said, people don't understand what's going on in the life y'all live. What y'all actually do is live y'all life through this small screen. You will see 10,000 people at a concert, somebody up there performing, giving their all, and everybody looking at it through their phone. So you're going to take this panoramic view of life and put it in a screen that's 5.7 inches tall. Because if you capture it the right way and you pass it off, you're going to be given some type of validation. You're chasing a dopamine hit that maybe one day you will be a social media star. The truth of the matter is people record because they're cowards. People ain't got no act right. We don't have people that step in and actually do the right thing. But what do I know, bro?
You just a guy on YouTube, Ricky. All right, anybody got final thoughts?
Yeah, man, I just say I'm like UJR. I didn't click on it. You know, I have no desire to watch that. At the end of the day, it's another man that lost his life. He's bleeding out. It's already saddening to hear what happened, but why exactly do I need to watch it happening? To feel worse? So for someone who's actually there in real time, recording it, and their mind goes to, let's go viral with this footage. That's sad. I mean, if that's the only way that you can get the level of attention that you need in order to do whatever it is you want to achieve, man, that just shows where we are. It's kind of disgusting when you think about it, you know. And I'm gonna tell you, man, I think we are very tribal people, and sometimes we end up places because we're not willing to separate. And the last thing you expect is the threat is going to come from your side of the line, from the people who are standing behind you. You know, and everything that you hear about with Takeoff, man, he's the cool, calm demeanor, just didn't really do too much. He was just present. I don't know if many have moved around Houston, but a lot of us have moved around in reckless ways, and God made it so that we made it home and could wake up to our families the next day. So it's saddening when you feel you're overcome with sadness, so to speak, when you hear that this happened to this man. And we talk about a lot about rappers, like rappers aren't artists too. I mean, he was very musically inclined. I think he was a very talented individual and highly respected in his craft by other people in the industry. You know, so to think of him less than, I think, is inappropriate. You also got to do, some kind of soul searching in way of, okay, well, yeah, there's always a better way of doing something. But do I fault him, so to speak, for losing his life because he was there? That's hard for me. I don't know. I really don't know. I will tell you this: the people who have people in Houston, that that even before this dice game, it's been real reckless in Houston. Period. A lot of people have been saying that they are staying out the way. Those people who live and who are from there. So yes, was he in a hostile environment? I'm sure. Typically, when people start pulling their pistols, shit went left. Somebody got uncomfortable, and they felt like that's what they needed to do. Who that person was to him, I don't know. But what happened to him, so to speak, was tragic. He caught a bullet in the back of his head. That's what killed him. So the person on his team got to live with that. There's a lot of tragedy involved in all of this. And I think we got to be careful of becoming so consumed and immersed in the social media and what's acceptable to social media that we start to, kind of separate ourselves from, our own morals and standard and level of respect. I remember when you didn't really even pull out a camera phone at a funeral and the person is already gone. In fact, they are propped up and presented in the best way that you can in their home going. And now, while people are literally dying, we have no shame. Like that's a little bit disturbing, so to speak.
Yeah.
Right? Is it going to get to a point where we have no shame about anything? Man, and that's a dangerous place. It's a dangerous place. So like,
I'll tell you what, just real quick, not to even cut you off. I was thinking while you was talking, and that video going online may be a good thing. And this is why, right? A lot of people, you could talk to them all day long. Tell them, hey man, stay out the streets. Hey, this ain't for you. Hey, you need to go to school. You need to do this. Consequences, death or jail. A lot of us been hearing that since we was 5 years old. But a lot of us ain't never seen nobody get shot. A lot of us ain't never seen nobody laid out, bleeding out, dying. So I think when videos like this hit the timeline, it's like a smack in the face to people who, again, have been hearing that, but now you get to see it. You get to see the effects that this have on not only him, but his homeboys and his family and the people who love him that surround him, crying, screaming out. These is dudes that, you know, because like I said earlier, that could be any one of us. And that's how I seen it. Right. Like when I was growing up in my neighborhood, there's a lot of people that was doing street stuff or whatever. And, you know, of course, my daddy tell me, man, stay out the streets. You're going to go to jail. You're going to do this, you're going to do that. But, you know, of course, you're going to dabble. You're going to dabble. Even though you hearing this, that's, hey, it's not good. You're going to go to jail. You're going to do this. You're going to dabble a little bit. But you know what turned my life around? When I went to go watch my cousin get sentenced. And you know how you go in there, you know, for court dates and stuff, like your cousin, you know, they may say, yeah, man, get there for 1. Your cousin may not get sentenced to 3, 4. Right. So you just sitting in there and you just watching the judge just hand out sentences. And I'm literally watching 17-year-old kids, 18-year-old kids who was my age go up there and get 20, 40.
Handed them out like
60.
candy, boy.
Life, like with no emotion. Just say, hey, man, all right, well, we got you on this, we got you on that. We're going to give you 20 for this charge, 20 for that charge, and they're going to run consecutively. Next case. Okay, we're going to give you 30. I mean, and I'm literally watching people's mama just break down in the courtroom and watching their kids and their sisters and their brothers and stuff try to reach to hug them, and the security holding like, nah, niggas getting booked and going backstage. They ain't going to see them again to, you know, who knows when. That right there was like, I seen that and I said, nah, man, I'm going to college. I can't do this. But of course, like I said, you're getting told it all your life. But to see it and to see the effects that have on you, or that they have on not only you, but your mama, your kids, your sister, your brother, your daddy, I think that right there may drive the point home for somebody who's not listening to that per se. So again, I'm not saying that I agree with it, but I'm saying that may be some silver lining that could come from it. Hopefully that video saves somebody from being out at 3 a.m. shooting dice and gambling and shit with guns and all type of shit around. Next time when they in the situation, they're going to think twice. Nah, man, it's time to go, man. Let's just get up out of here. We seen what happened to Takeoff. So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Sitting there thinking, I think that's great. That's kind of like having a bad situation, having something bad happen to you or something you see, and being able to find the good out of it. You know, that's what I think a lot of people should do in life. Every time something bad happens, it's like, what's the lesson in there? You know, like, what did you learn from it after you thought about how bad the shit was or how it negatively affected you? So, situational awareness is very important, especially as we get older. One of the things I always say is that the news highlights the shootings in Chicago on the expressways. I mean, they've kind of died down, but it was almost like it was a sport at some point. And every time they highlighted it, nobody would get caught. So they would just do it on there just as a sport. When I'm on the expressway in Chicago, I don't argue. I don't have no road rage, period. And no city, I don't have no road rage. But just learning from that situation on how I don't want to have to kill somebody. So I'm not about to argue. When I look back in the back seat and I see my kids in the back, it's not worth it. He can give me the finger, he can cut me off. Now I may be cursing up a storm like this mother up under my breath, but I know what time it is already. Is it worth it? That's when the ego comes into play. That's one of the conversations that I always have with my son. It's like, dude, you're trying to prove what I'm supposed to do? Let them talk to me like that? It's kind of hard fine line, right? It's like, yeah, well, it all depends. You know, if there's some witnesses around, you know, you got to kind of move a little. It's always situational. To me, everything is situational. We had these conversations, and there's nobody's situation that goes exactly like the next person. There might be one little thing, and that one little thing could be a big thing when it comes to you making that decision. So you have to learn how to assess the situation in that moment. That's the importance. To me, that's what one of the biggest things a man can do is knowing how to make a decision, knowing how to assess a situation, knowing how to read the room, figuring it out, figuring how to navigate. And if you fuck up, knowing how to recover from it. Life is so fucking simple. People make life so goddamn hard. Mm-hmm. Problems gonna keep coming. Shit, like you can wake up and your leg can go out. What you gonna do? You can go out to the car and your brand new car don't start up. What are you gonna do? You got to be able to just understand that life is gonna keep hitting you, and you got to make that decision. The greatest thing about life is that we can grow. I grow every day. Never claim to be perfect. But I guess we got a lot of people walking around as Jesus. Jesus. I'm not him. And I never claimed to be. I'm still learning today. You know, sometimes I have been hard headed, but the one thing that I take pride on is like, man, once you feel it, once it keep happening to you, it's like, you know, I'm gonna cut that shit out. I'm gonna cut it out. But we all have to learn that in different ways. But just understand situational awareness, man. That was a freak ass accident. I think if you are at that status, it is important for you to assess what type of security you need. You know, if you have somebody that had the proper training, like if they was to go to Trigger Mike and get that training, then he would have knew how to set the situation properly, how to recognize like the threats. And I think Shan was spot on, man. Because you know Trill is a celebrity now, so you might have to get the proper Mr. Let Go a celebrity too. So you know y'all might have to get the proper security when y'all go out, man. Make sure y'all get y'all some bodyguards and not the mall securities. I ain't there yet, you know.
Nah, you know what's better than a bodyguard?
What's that?
You your own bodyguard.
Oh yeah,
right? Trill, come get that training, man. It's on the house, bro. It's on the house. And I know you got skills. Everybody got their own skills, but I'm gonna sharpen them. I promise you.
All right. With that being said, man, we got some super chats, Rick. You want to get through them real quick? It's only 13 though. There we go.
Love C, how you doing, sis? Put them babies in the crib. Grown folks only. That was about having them kids in the bed. Them kids don't. Them babies don't sleep in the bed. It's the action time. Me University, $5. Simp, adjective, a crude juxtaposition of the word sucker and pimp. A John who falls for one of the pimp's women of the night and proposes to her. That's the Webster's dictionary version. Matthew Washington, $5. Appreciate you. The issue comes in when you're paying and she's banging a guy who ain't paying nothing. I agree with Rashawn. Rather pay with my bros before that. Concur. Congo English. He said, I concur, Trigger. Jonathan Barreville, he say, stay away from niggas. Hashtag. That's the new hashtag. Stay away from niggas. Practical Absolutes. He said, some people use Sefer Yazira for negative reasons. Onyx Monopoly with the 50 ball. Appreciate you, sis. Great panel, gentlemen. This needs to be spoke about. This why the elite stick in their circles. My security don't play games. They are here 24/7, 366. Congo.
Oh, that was Ricky. Dang.
No.
I'll go ahead and finish it out.
I think he came back. Hold on. Here you go.
Oh, bet.
Yeah, man, my thing wilding, bro. Hold on.
I don't know if this one was it.
Yeah. JB, what's good, my boy? He said, successful black men should not be roaming about with losers or where losers hang. The hood mindset creates losers. Move smarter by being only in environments where you're around folks at your level. P. Parker here, $9.99. As long as ninjas are there, I ain't going because ninjas are dangerous.
Yeah, that was JB. He said it. I didn't want to say his name, but he had a bodyguard in Houston.
He said he's talking about me. All right, JB. He said another glance. They recorded this man Quavo screaming over him. Inexcusable. John the Baptist, 5 bones. He said, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, and some other.
Shit, I'm trigger happy right now. I didn't go to your training, Trigger Mike. I hit the trigger. Oh, yeah. But anyhow, man, I want to say thank you guys for giving your perspectives today. I did drop everybody's individual links, but just put in Mr. Let Go on YouTube. King Real, you found him here. He's also an awesome photographer, so make sure you guys follow him on his Instagram. What is it? At Brown? I can't see it. At Brown like photography.
Yep. Brown Photograph.
Okay. Brown Photograph. Trail AC, you see the sign in the back. Crew season, know what it is. Ricky Williams, boxing. Shannon Rawls, and I also posted Triggers Mike's channel. You can scroll up and catch it on the replay. I did post his business as well. I thought I had it on the cut and paste, but it got removed. So make sure you guys check him out. He is in Houston. He talks a lot of good shit. I might have to come down to Houston and take that class too, man. It's like you got a lot of training, man. Got another one came through from BZ, formerly Baby Zaddy, $2. Salute to the fellas. No jokes tonight. Rest in peace, Takeoff. Yeah, rest in peace to Takeoff, and our condolences to his family. And with that being said, thank you, gentlemen. I know it's been a long night. Appreciate you guys as always. Catch us next Tuesday. Same time, same place. All right, y'all.
Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra, extra read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. We gon' come and see about it. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra, extra read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. Find out nothing sweet about it. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra, extra read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. We gon' come and see about it. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra, extra read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. about it. Find out nothing sweet about it. Look, mile like 3-6 pulled up, ski trip, cold winter. All my eating good, I remember when we had no dinner. West side, east side, no side, both sides with me. Check, coming, check, leaving flex season 12, come and get me. Gil, the run around, high speed, chasing all the big bags. Bending corners, bending rules, bending necks, Gil, the whiplash. Slide through hot knife, warm butter storm, gutter drain lane. Young man, old habit, still at it, tryna let my chain hang. True story, new story, 2-story, condo, B&B. 4 bath, 1 me, no key, like I did a B&E. Being me so good, so hood, so not worried about it. 250,000 new views, old news, know you probably heard about it. Extra, extra, read about it. Headline, word around town, flexing. Ballin' on my course, so I ain't worried about nobody out of bounds, stressing. Feeling like Hercules, murder these ain't a problem to me. Tried to tell the maid service don't come unless you bringin' condoms to me.
Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra, extra, read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. We gon' come and see about it. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra, extra, read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. Find out nothing sweet about it. Moving, shaking, coming down to me. Stacking, racking, money, power flipping. Moving, shaking, coming down to me. Stacking, racking, money, power flipping. Moving, shaking, coming down to me. Stacking, racking, money, power flipping. Moving, shaking, coming down to me. Stacking, racking, money, power flipping.
No, I really can't complain.
Beta.
Bruh.
Okay.
Smoke weed every day.
Come on.
What?
Oh, really? Really? Oh, really?